Chicken nugget dreamland, whoa. It's a chicken nugget fantasy. Chicken nugget dreamland, whoa. If you're into nuggets, it's where you wanna be. Chicken nugget dreamland, whoa. Infinite flavors of infinite sauce. Chicken nugget dreamland, whoa. You can get a million piece box. A chicken nugget has magical power. Put it into your pocket and eat it whenever you want. So delicious and conveniently shaped, full of nutrition. A rainbow in nugget form. Chicken nugget technology just as the future of dining. They got no sharp edges and no utensils are Don't stop loving on the nuggets, nuggets. So good that you wanna hug it, hug it. Don't stop loving on the nuggets, nuggets, and living the dream. Don't stop loving on the nuggets, nuggets. So good that you wanna hug it, hug it. Don't stop loving on the nuggets, nuggets, and living the dream. Chicken nugget dreamland, whoa. Chicken nugget dreamland, whoa. You can get a million piece box.
I want you all to know, like, what the fuck? Stop kitchen rolling me! Stop kitchen rolling me! What is this shit? Oh my god! You know what? No. I'm staying right here, chat. No, I'm not changing. I'm not changing, chat. You can't make me do it. You can't make me come out.
Oh, by the way, if you couldn't tell this is a Tangia party, ha 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 ha.
Why is this actually the most normal stream of all time? You know, yesterday, because you guys played the chicken nuggets so much, 1/30th of the entire stream was just chicken nugget chat. Because you played it so much. 1/30th of yesterday's stream was chicken fucking nugget, bro. Oh, we're doing it today, aren't we, chat? We are on some shit today, aren't we, chat? Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Happy Friday. I'm dead. We made it, chat. We made it to the end of the week. Let's fucking go. I'm doing good. How are you today, Lazy? Can you stop killing me and making me explode? I just want to exist, chat. I don't want to keep Chat, you cut up my arms. Why would you do that? Why would you just cut up my arms like that? I'm losing my lower body, chat. What is wrong with y'all? What the Now I'm mature. Now I'm mature. How could you do this to me? I got a cold, sadly. Oh no, I hope you feel better. That sucks. And the weather here has been just like, oh, up and down. It's been crazy. So we got a window. Now you got a window. Well, not really, but I mean, you kind of got a window. What the fuck is this shot? Let me out of here. I want to be free from this dimensional realm that is very strangely diamond shaped. Why would you do this to me? What's up, guys? How are you? My goodness gracious. We got a lot to talk about today, chat, as always. We got to talk about the whole Chachachilla situation. And, of course, we're also going to talk about some non-vtuber news.
Making a mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't spread over every egg. Why won't you die? You can't hurt me, Jack. Nanomachine, son.
You know, I get it, Chad. I get it. We only got like 4 hours left. I get it. We got to pop off. We're almost to the end of the subathon, chat. We are surely going to end. Surely we're going to end, chat. Hi, Elara. Nice to meet you all. I saw the Kingdom Hearts cover and I jumped here. Good vibes from Argentina. Yo, what's up, Leviathan? How are you? Good to see you, Kitty. Which one are you talking about, by the way? Fellow Snake and Isabel are a strange duo. That, you know... Next question. There's no way this got stupider. Oh, it did. You're talking about Cha-Cha, right? Oh, yeah, I know it absolutely did. Oh, Tuxedo, are you really doubting the VTuber space? We can always get dumber, bro. We can always make it worse. What do we talk about in VTuber review?
So happy
It got worse.
I'm a gummy bear.
Doesn't the bear like scream like motherfucker or something? Like, well, I love that redeem. It always gets worse, Chad. It always gets worse. You should know this by now. As avid watchers of the VTuber review, you should know. Bro, actually, fuck Bale.
I hereby vow you will rue this day. Behold,
A true trait warrior. And I, Elara, fears me blessed. Solid scale you might be, Valja.
and I will riddle with holes
We're rotten hide. With an hail of our bones. With an every last drop of my being. I love him so much. Yeah, it's Chachachilla, not Chacha Fillion's mom. Yeah, to be clear, although. What does my scream sound like? You should already know that. What does scream sound like? You which one? Oh, you mean the gummy bear where it's like, I'm a gummy bear. I'm a gummy bear. That one, right? That one, right? All the headphone users are like, well, and now I'm deaf. You're welcome. I think it's time to download the DLC for Elden Ring. You should. It's so good. Yeah, we're talking about Chachachilla, so I can't tell the difference.
Google Donkey Deliverer!
We're not delivering Google Talkies. Yo, Shadow Dragon. Thank you for the $60 for the vacation fund. Let's go. All right, give a big thank you to Shadow Dragon. Thank you so much. I'll have your time. Actually, no, I can do it right now. Yeah, I can do it right now. Thank you so much. No, wait, no. I better do it tomorrow. So I'll do it tomorrow because I have to remember. I don't forget. So I have a system for this. I have a system. Thank you, Shadow Dragon. Let's give some love for Shadow Dragon and donating $60 towards vacation. If you don't turn down your volume when you open a large stream, it's a skill issue. Are you sure about that? Are you sure you want to listen to me just go? Oh yeah, chat, please. Actually, I'm still, every time you redeem that you died, I'm still discovering new ones that are on there because there's so many. What if you had a competition for fans so they submit their best fictional Google Doc key? We already talked about doing that. Yeah, I'm going to do that eventually. Yeah, but we are going to do that. There's too much drama in the VTuber space, so we're gonna make fake VTuber drama. And I'm gonna judge your Google Doc keys. Yeah, I'm gonna judge your Google Doc keys. That's gonna be the best part. Just make like fake beef with somebody, you know? Like, let's have fun with it. Yeah. They're like, oh my god, I hate that Nikto guy because he's see-through. His bones are so disgusting. His lack of calcium. Yeah, you fucking deer, exactly. I didn't know you were in Tasmania, Laura. Yes, I'm from Tasmania. How did you know? Wait, someone accused me of being too good at Pokemon Nuzlockes. Right?
It's beautiful.
Every time you show up to my stream, right, chat? Exactly. But yes, we are going to be talking about the Cha-Cha stuff. Chachachilla. And then, of course, we're also going to be discussing lots of other things outside of VTubing, lots of content creator news, all that good stuff. But first up, chat, how are y'all this morning? What's up? Oh my god, I had Eggo waffles for breakfast. It was so fucking base. I haven't had Eggo waffles in years. It was so good. I feel like fucking 11. From Stranger Things, like eating my Eggo waffles. I think my brain is melting. Why? Because of news? Or I remember one Bugtubers community did that for anniversary gathering embarrassing
Roll
request
that
for
beautiful
clips.
bean footage.
But was that dog eating beans? What the fuck that dog doing? Gathering embarrassing questionable clips, embarrassing game war crimes, running jokes. Oh my god, that's hilarious, Noctis. I remember one year, I think it was for my 1 year anniversary. Everybody got together like really like embarrassing clips. It was really funny. Chachachilla, seems like I'm in quite the pickle. How can I make it worse? I know. Unironically, 11. Yeah, that's kind of true. I'm not even gonna fucking lie. The news, I don't know how someone can be this stupid. I think she might be dumber than Miss Kim. You know, nah, I don't think so, Chachachilla. It's really hard to be dumber than Miss Kim. Like, Chacha says she's gonna sue somebody. Miss Kim actually did sue somebody without a case, so I think there's an argument to be made. You know, soggy to get used to like a waffles have they improved? Well, I put them in the toaster, so like, you know, you just toast them up real quick. Oh my god, they're so good that way. That way they're like nice and crispy and got a little char on them. Oh yeah, and then you put syrup and it's got the little pockets. That's why I love waffles. Because you get the little syrup pockets. That's like the best part, you know? I like waffles, but to be honest, I haven't had them in years. Well, you need to go fucking to the store and buy some Eggo waffles. Yes, you gotta toast them. They're so good. They're way better that way when you toast them up. I would never microwave fucking Eggos. That'd be disgusting. Waffles are just pancakes with abs, and that's why I love them. Yes, I like waffles, so that means I hate pancakes, chat. Yeah, tweet that out on Twitter. I'm in a Twitch for months because work has been a priority. Preparing for Christmas and New Year's, but it's always nice to come back to Twitch and see you when you're wheezing your mind to the tea kettles. I definitely have the wheeze, so what's up, Alex? Good to see you. What's up, Soren? How are you? Welcome on in, sweetheart. By the way, is my stuff not connected? I guess it is. I just haven't heard it make any noises. Yeah, let me reconnect it here really quick. Just normally when my followers go off, it makes a noise, so that way, like, I know somebody followed, but maybe it's fucked up today. Who knows? Everything's always fucked up on Twitch. Our army brought a Waffle House win. Bro, we need, like, a modded Smash stage of Waffle House and then just let people fight each other. That'd be sick. Have you checked out Karagi? That sounds familiar. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Waffles with ice cream or SS plus tier. Hell yeah. Oh my god, this is so good. Yes, I hate pancakes because I like waffles. Yeah, put it out on Twitter. So true. I love both of them. I think I like waffles more, but I'm very... Okay, I have a take, chat, and I swear it's not a hot take. I think this is actually, like, a legitimate take. Is it live streaming? There's some stuff. Okay, I'm not beating up Mike Coon. I moved my my mic stand around the other day, and then I actually like fucked it up. So yesterday, that's why I punched it. Okay, all right. So here's the thing, chat. If you're gonna make waffles, you have to put the stuff that you want on your waffle in the batter. So for instance, like if you want a chocolate chip waffle, right? You gotta put it in the batter, and then you make the waffle. I really hate when they make waffles. And they're like, oh, and then put the chocolate chips on top. That's not how you fucking do it. It's not good that way. You gotta put the toppings in the batter and then you make the waffle, right? Yes, people do that all the time. It drives me nuts. It's not good. Oh my god, I love crepes. I had the best crepe of my life in Germany. It was so good. Oh my lord. It had like strawberries and Nutella. Oh my god, it was so good. Give me out. Waffles as projectiles. Why are you throwing waffles? Oh my god. YouTubers, my YouTube guys and gals and non-binary pals, rejoice! Rejoice! I'm about to give you the greatest news ever, my YouTube friends. I will soon have your chat messages on screen. That is right. My YouTube friends will finally be able to be seen on this stream. Yeah, I tried to get this chat to work with YouTube, but apparently getting a chat with YouTube causes you to bald. Yeah, that really sucks. But on top of that, there's like no chats that work with YouTube. It's kind of crazy. So I had to search far and wide. Of course, Nutty was the one that came in clutch there. But yep, we finally got it. So I'll try to roll that out sometime this weekend. But we do have tea time tomorrow, guys. I'm sorry I'm bald, okay? You guys do this to me. I don't choose for this. You're all fired. How about that? Sorry, Chris. You got fired, dude. Here is tomorrow's tea time chat. Look at all these cuties. Look at all those cuties, chat. We also have SVA Gen 2 coming. Lots of new faces, some return faces. So make sure you come by tomorrow starting at noon. It's going to be great. So I like your earrings. Thanks. I added them to my model myself. Everybody does forget how wiggly my earrings are, though. So, oh my god, it's actually, besides our open tea time, it is actually the biggest tea time I've legitimately ever had on the channel. So it's gonna be a really fun one, chat. Lots of chaos. I'm very, very excited. Very, very excited. So don't miss out. That's gonna be going down tomorrow. Yeah, I like how Limbo's in the middle, just like fucking, yeah. You did a fucking pumpkin, you saw that. What's up, Sage? How are you? Yes, it's gonna be a party tomorrow. Hell yeah. What's up, Pip? Thank you for the raid. We had like 300 people at tea time, right? I have never had 300 people at a tea time. I mean, if you mean like when we set a world record, yes, but that wasn't tea time. That was a different thing, Every time I watch this stream, I see a new VTuber. I don't recognize these VTubers. It's endless. It's so true. I see them. And it's what's really fun to watch tea time, because I feel like you miss a lot of VTubers out there, right? So you get to meet new people as well. So yeah, 37. It's gonna be a good time. And I'm making a VTuber version of Epic the Musical. Is that the one with Cotton? I think I saw that tuxedo. Yeah, thank you again, Shadow Dragon. I appreciate the dono, dude. Thank you for putting that. Guys, I do have a little bit of bad news, so and don't get too sad on me, okay, chat? But I found this out yesterday, so here we go, chat. Chat, through all of December, I'm gonna be off 8 days for vacation. I'm gonna miss 8 days of streaming in December, chat. I know that's crazy, but I'm gonna be taking quite a few days off. I know. You're gonna cry. I'm crying. I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry. 8 days off in December. I know, but that does mean we are 25 days away from a year, chat. So if... Actually, no, I'm gonna make the mods do it. Mods, math whenever we hit, the 365. What day would that be? I know. I feel bad, though. I don't like taking days off from the subathon, but, we kind of planned this vacation out a long time ago. So, we have 2 vacations, actually, back to back. So, you know, this 8 days are, for some crazy drama will happen. Oh, I know it. But the good thing is like, I have a vacation. I come back for like a week and I take another vacation. So like, there is time for me to like be on top of stuff. So don't worry, guys. Don't worry. We'll get right back into it in January if we last that long. December 16th is 25 days from now. So the day I come back from vacation will be a year. All right. So the day I come back from vacation, chat, will be a year. That's crazy. All right. Yeah, you counted my days off, right? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. So I'll have to look into that for you. It's fine. I'm off. I will be gone the 11th through the 15th. December 17th, so you have Turkey Day off. Yeah, we are gonna take next week. We are gonna take Thanksgiving off. By the way, I will be off for Thursday. I feel like I have to take that day off because it's not fair to my mods to like ask them to show up on Thanksgiving. You know, like I would never do that. So we are gonna take Thanksgiving off. Vacation help to recharge. Yeah, I do need a little bit of recharge. Hold on. Oh, so to be the 21st. Okay, what day is the 21st? Is that a Sunday? I think it's a Sunday, if I recall. Hold on. Let me look. Yeah, that is a Sunday. That's actually crazy. Yeah, I know. I mean, to be fair, I have subathon for like, you know, pretty much almost a year straight. So, yeah, I guess I do deserve one, but I don't like taking time off. You know?
Elara goes on vacation. Bao announces she's somehow pregnant by Blade Elden Ring. Oh, anime will become real and Yakirisu will try to resurrect her career.
Miyazaki? You mean Miyazaki? Oh my god. Speaking of Miyazaki, I am so excited for the Elden Ring DLC, dude. I am so fucking pumped. I'm about to fucking pop off about that shit. I have so many good plans I haven't shared with you guys yet, so... Hello there, Laura. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you, Pip? How was your stream? What'd you do today? That's when you don't ask. Yeah, so true. Where's the Laura? I don't see. She's right here. Look, she's right behind me. What are you talking about? Here's what's gonna happen. Something is gonna when I'm gone for those 5 days. And by the way, chat, when I'm gone for those 5 days, I will have zero access to the internet. I literally will have no access to the internet while I'm gone those first 5 days of my vacation. I know some shit is gonna go down. Some horrible, horrible fucking shit is gonna go down. I'm just gonna be like... Yeah, it's really gonna be the meme, the come back to the room on fire. I don't think it is in chat. I think she was very busy at work today. Yeah, that's absolutely what's gonna happen. Oh, I know. I'm very excited, actually, to not be part of the internet for, like, a little bit. I mean, like, I've been doing this for, what, a little over 4 years now, so constantly being tied into the internet, I think it's really cool to actually get some step away from everything, you know? I think we often need that. I need that, like a detox from the internet, you know, like a detox from online. I'm very excited. Oh, you know, some massive crap is going to go down. It's going to be like how content return, yeah. Which if I'm camping, I remember that. Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. I'm going to come back and just like, please just have one favor to ask of all of you in the VTuber community. Don't drop another 1,000-page document. I can't spend another week straight reading that shit. Please, please don't do that to me. No, I'm so excited. I'm actually really excited. So we're going on a cruise, so we can have no internet access whatsoever. I'm very excited. I'm gonna drop 1,001-page Google Document. Shit, dude. Now, let me take some of my drink. No, stop boo-booing me. What's your opinion on the fact that we're probably not gonna get Phillian's award show again? I don't think we're gonna get Phillian's award show this year. Actually, the VTuber awards, because I know we're a production company. Like they separated, right? And normally we already hear something, so I don't think we're gonna hear something XD. I have been keeping my eye on that. I know somebody brought that up on a Reddit the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot about the VTuber awards. So for now, I don't think we're gonna get any, but I'll keep my ear to the ground. I'll let you know. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We're going on 2 cruises, so very lucky this year. Lara goes on vacation and our sponsors a VTuber, bro. I would fucking lose my mind. Well, I guess if Arby's sponsored, like, maybe, like, Rusu or something like that, okay, that'd be different, right? I'd be happy for my girl, but other than that, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Who knows, though? Who knows what the future holds for VTubing, chat? Maybe one day I'll be gone. Who knows? Maybe I won't VTube anymore. Maybe the sun will set on VTubing forever. Maybe I'll become a corporate VTuber and apply for a corpo or something. Like, who knows? Who knows what is coming in the future? So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of auditions out there, you know? So, wouldn't it be really cool to be part of a, you know, hollow graphic card, you know, and stream live on a different channel? I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Not that I would have know anything about that or anything. So, nah, that'd be pretty crazy. But that's a pipe dream, dude. That's a pipe dream. I have to be very vague because I don't want to ruin any chances if I were to hypothetically do the specific thing that I'm hypothetically, cryptically talking about. Chat. Line up both being ported by Captain Dandy Floss and her seagull. Wait, is their seagull's name Frederick? I didn't know that. As long as I've known Dandy, I did not know its name was Frederick. That day you graduate will be the day content creation and journal ceases to be numb. Everything will keep going on, but all good things gotta come to an end, right? Oh my god, Ninja. Don't you fucking dare put that curse on me. How dare you? I would never apply for Ninja Sanji. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Why would you put that evil on me? Look at this one thing in this world that'll always hold true. It's that I will never apply for Ninja Sanji. If I apply for Ninja Sanji, I'm being held against my will. More than likely making it there than I would if you even apply for such a hypothetical thing. I mean, maybe. We'll see. Harvard's interview sponsored by Arby's. Yep. Exactly. Now, let me apply to V Shoujo. Yeah, let me just get up in there. I'm sure that'll work out really great, right, chat? Yeah, let's just apply for V Shoujo. I'm sure nothing will go wrong with that, right, chat? Everything will be really great. Said nobody ever. Breaking news, Elara has been confirmed, in fact, to be a deer. Fuck. You guys caught me. Speaking of catch me, let's catch some news. Apply to Wagner. Everybody type news. And let's chat. I got some things I want to cover. Today, talking about Chachachilla, and of course some other content creator news as well. So I think we're gonna do some memes for a little bit. We'll talk about some kind of wild news, and then we're gonna talk about Chachachilla here in just a bit. So, but first up, chat. You know, Twitch is fucking after me, dude. I don't know why they constantly want to take it to me, but they actually do. Also, chat, is it worth it? Is it really worth it for the goth milk, chat? Would you do it? Would you do it, chat? Is it worth it to you? Everybody's just like, nodders. Bro, imagine if I got into VShoujo. I mean, honestly, like, a lot of the talents, like, you know, Pia and Mint and all them, they actually really, like, although they had, like, horrible things happen to them, at the end of the day, it's actually, they did dodge a big bullet, right? So, ultimately, I think that things worked out the way they did. I think it was better for them in the long run because now, you know, they can do their own thing and they're not part of a company that, you know, just straight up imploded, right? So, anyway, chat, let's talk about what Twitch is doing here recently. And I don't know why Twitch fucking hates me, chat, but here we are again. Twitch tweeting out, coming soon, an end of year gift sub deal. Keep 35% off all tier 1 gift subs. Bundles of 5 or more. November 26th through December 1st. John Twitch! John fucking Twitch! Let me out of the subathon, bro! Let me out of the subathon, bro! He won't let me go, chat. He won't let me go. He keeps adding these fucking deals in here. So it's basically like a permanent treasure train discount. The 26th through the 1st, chat. Oh yeah, we're actually here forever. So, you know, I do have some special streams lined up for this time. So, pretty crazy, chat. Pretty crazy. Yeah, Twitch is mad I exposed them, so they're like, we're keeping you in the subathon forever. Oh my god. So anyway, that is what's going on with Twitch coming up here pretty soon. Very, very crazy. So I do have a section I normally never get to. Sorry, Flim. Hold on a second. The weather changes absolutely got me fucked. So I do have a section I normally never get to. It's called the meme section, and it's where I cover stuff like, it's kind of like funny news that doesn't really belong in like any other category. So we're gonna go do a little bit of meme news for a little bit, and then we'll talk about the cha-cha stuff. So first up, chat, let's go take a look at the meme section. If you're a long time news viewer, you know on this, but a man wearing a clone trooper helmet robbed a bank in Texas last week. There's a $1,000 reward to help identify the robber. So let me get this straight. Out of all the ways that you could rob somebody, he decided to put on a clone trooper helmet to go and rob a bank. He's like, for the Empire, give me all your credits. That's crazy, dude. That's actually crazy. Yeah, that is some stormtrooper ass logic, right? However, chat, even crazier, Sesame Street has been brain rotted, unfortunately. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually hilarious. Sesame Street tweeting out, there's only one person who has known the power of 6'7" since the beginning. Are you fucking kidding me? There is no way this is real. They literally, not the count, bro. He straight up is like 6'7". Oh my god. No, it's coming from Sesame Street, the official account, dude. Bro, this is the brain rot I live for right here. This is absolutely fucking insane. Not the count. They got him, dude. Look at all these people like, I'm cackling, bro, what? There's no way this is real. I mean, 6'7" was voted like the phrase of the year, so are you really, really surprised, chat? Oh my god, I had to share that with you. That's so funny. Clever chat. Who is a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's? Let me get a heart in chat, because that is right. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is coming out very, very soon. Yummy said, thank you for giving us on to Sesame Street. Let's fucking go. Guys, gotta stay hip with the youth, exactly. Well, guys, Popeyes is actually launching a collab menu with Five Nights at Freddy's. You can get cheesy bites, you can get a FNAF box, and you can also get Chica's cupcake biscuit as part of the FNAF 2 collaboration. So that's pretty cool. It comes out on the 5th, so very, very soon. Also, speaking of funny stuff, McDonald's is releasing a meal with the Grinch. So you can get a Grinch-themed meal that comes with pickle, big shaker fries, and a free pair of socks. Feet lovers rejoice. You can now get free fucking socks as part of your McDonald's. Yeah, you get a free pair of socks. That's crazy, dude. That's fucking nuts. Let's go! Oh my lord. This is actually kind of cool though. I kind of like it. And no surprise, or at least no surprise to me, might be to you. A new study actually revealed that TikTok and Instagram content actually rots your brain. I guess the boomers are right, chat. Excessive short-form video use is linked to reduced cognitive function and lower life satisfaction. Who knew, chat? Watching TikToks all day long actually rots your brain. All right, yeah, we need to go actually get it. I think that'd be really cool. No way, everybody! Make sure you spam the no way redeem. I can't believe it. Right, chat? I can't believe it. In other news, though, Hajime actually secured his 8th free World Yo-Yo Championship at the 2025 World Yo-Yo Contest in Prague, as he continues to show he's one of the greatest ever to do it. Bro, this guy is like the GOAT with yo-yos. Hey, yo-yo. Hey, yo. Yo. like how the crowd is like freaking out every time. Yo-yo skills are so cool. That's actually insane. Bro, that's insane. That is so fucking cool. So, of course, he did. As always, it seems like this guy is the reigning champ. Seems like he took that one as his 8th championship for the 2025 World Yo-Yo Contest. So cool. Let me take a sip of my drink, guys. I'm sorry, I'm very phlegmy. Alright, do some yo-yo tricks. Okay, here, yo-yo, yo-yo.
Yo-Yo's
Yeah, I did a trick.
Bizarre Adventure.
And said yo. Do I win? Do I win, chat? In other news, somebody actually made the real-life Wind Waker boat, chat. That is right, YouTuber Little Jim fulfilled their childhood dream by transforming an old boat into a motorized King of Red Lions from Zelda, the Wind Waker. Look at this. That's so fucking cool, dude. An actual Wind Waker boat. That's amazing. Yo-Yo's Bizarre Adventure. That is amazing, dude. Look how incredible the detail is on it. Yeah, it's super impressive. You can actually go check out their YouTube channel if you want to see them actually sailing and all that other stuff. Very, very cool. Guys, hacking does not pay. Well, it does, but also it doesn't at the same time. Music leaker King Bob was sentenced to 10 years in prison and must pay $13 million to victims for hacking and crypto theft. He gained notoriety posting unreleased Lil Uzi Vert and Playboy Cardi songs. Imagine leaking unreleased songs, and now you have to go to prison for 10 years and pay $13 million in damages. Holy shit, dude. That is actually wild as fuck, guys. It really does not pay to hack or leak stuff. Another news, guys. Facebook, yeah, that boomer website. Facebook has started paying $725 million in settlements over mishandled private data. U.S. users active from 2007 to 2022 who filed claims will receive about a big $30 payout. Oh my gosh. Wow, man, people are making bank. Holy shit. $30 class action settlement. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know what this picture is, so holy shit. In other news, guys, you know, there's certain parasites you don't want to fuck with. This is one of them, actually. The first U.S. human case of a flesh-eating parasite in over 50 years has been detected after a Maryland resident returned from traveling. So, to put this in perspective, chat, a Maryland resident traveled somewhere, came back, and got a flesh-eating parasite. Bro, how do you even pick up one of those? How do you even pick up one of those? That's crazy. Yes, go have that on my news feed today. I mean, I don't know where they were. Maybe it says, was caused with a New World screwworm, a parasite that burrows into living tissue. Oh my God. Did they just like, how did they like get that out of somebody? You know, that's, ew. That's fucking disgusting, dude. I guess you can't look at that, chat. Sorry. In other news, taking a look here. Unfortunately, somebody actually got spooked by hologram police, chat. South Korea's first hologram police officer guards a park in the capital, reducing crime by 22%. That is right. A hologram of an actual police officer is put in this park and has reduced crime by 22%. Yeah, it's like when you see those like those standees of people, you're like, oh shit, there's somebody there. Yep. Oblivion ass NPC guard. Then pay with your blood. Actually, I think it's really interesting though that this is actually working, right? So pretty interesting, at least in my book. Another news, chat. we gotta take a look here at this. A grown man in China actually went viral after losing a game of Chinese chess. He actually ended up sitting outside for 4 hours in the torrential rain to figure out why he lost. His wife tried to bring him inside, but he just kept analyzing the game. This is like that Vegeta meme, you know, where he's just like staring up in the rain. That's him. He's like, I can't believe that I lost, and so now I'm just gonna sit and analyze the game. What an actual gamer. Yeah, what an actual gamer. Gives us the illusion of security, right?
If you throw rocks at a holographic cop, does that still count as assault on a law enforcement officer?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, he's just like, why did I lose, bro? He's trying to get better. That's actually crazy. 4 hours in the rain, dude. 4 hours in the rain. Now, chat, have you ever been scammed by somebody? I know I almost got scammed. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Literally this guy. Literally that guy. Well, chat, I don't know if you've ever been scammed or anything like that, but at least you weren't scammed by this person. An 80-year-old woman in Japan got scammed out of over $6,000 by a man pretending to be an astronaut who was under attack in space. He claimed he was out of oxygen and needed money to buy more. Please, chat, send me money. I'm an elf from space. I'm gonna explode unless you send me one sub right now. What a wild ass scam, dude. Like, I don't even like, I don't know. I know scams are very realistic, but I literally read this and I'm like, how do you fall for that? Like, how do you think that's real? Now, like, I get it. Some scams are really good. Dude, what is this actually? Of course, they always go after old people. They always go after old people. Now, I know I talked about Sesame Street a little bit earlier. I mean, you guys don't know, Sesame Street kind of lost its house, right? Like, because PBS is gone. They don't really have a place to be. Well, Sesame Street is actually coming to YouTube. So YouTube will actually host the digital library of all of the Sesame Street content, along with hundreds of full episodes coming to those channels. So I think that's awesome. At least there is a digital library now of Sesame Street. So very, very cool. Yeah, what's up, Kaisen? How are you? In other news, guys, attorney Mark Zuckerberg is suing Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg because his Facebook account keeps getting deleted. Facebook believes he's impersonating Mark Zuckerberg because his name is Mark Zuckerberg. So, one thing I will say is, like, you really don't want to fuck with attorneys, because when you do stuff like this and keep, like, you know, bothering, like, an innocent person that just wants to have an account, you know they're going to be like, oh, I'm just going to sue your ass. Like, yo, Reinhardt, thank you for 8 months. So, 07 for Mark Zuckerberg, I guess? Like, how does that work, chat? Yeah, how does that work? In other news, guys, here is, in case you missed it, it was actually really cool. Halloween Horror Nights Halloween Horror Nights actually took place at Universal Studios, but it's really cool because they actually had a Five Nights at Freddy's maze, and look how realistic this shit looked. I mean, that's straight up Springtrap, bro. That is scary. Imagine going to that maze, dude. I would actually lose my mind. Will the real MC please stand up? Dude, I would actually lose it if I saw that. In other news, guys, the Ninja Sanji yacht is sinking, or at least this 1 million luxury yacht sinks in minutes after hitting the water, forcing the owner and crew to jump overboard to escape. Let's take a look at what happened. Was that the bite of 87? The Ninja Sanji yacht is falling, chat. Bro, that's actually so depressing. I guess maybe there's a problem with the boat. Is that the sinking of 87? Dude, imagine how much money was lost on that. Like, all the... Yeah, somebody do the ooh cat with the Titanic theme. There you go. Purple guy sink the yacht. Yeah, here you go. Insert the ooh cat Titanic. Nah, that's gotta be so much money. Not even from the yacht, but also like all the stuff they probably had on board as well. So that's what you get from buying from Facebook Marketplace. Imagine actually, you buy a yacht from Facebook Marketplace. That'd be crazy. So anyway, chat, very unfortunate for them. In other news, guys, it looks like Duolingo is getting into wrestling. That is right, the Duolingo Owl is holding a sumo wrestling tournament in Japan. The tournament will include other iconic mascots like Sonic the Hedgehog and Pac-Man. I will let you know when this goes down. I really want to see this. I really want to see this. This looks insane, dude. Speaking of insane, guys, does anybody here like Legos? Well, this might be the sport for you. The world record for running barefoot across 100 meters of Legos has been broken. Gabrielle Walsh sprinted across 661 pounds of bricks in 24.75 seconds. So literally, Chad, if you want to run across Legos as a sport, what's up, Curly? There you go. Why would you do that? Jesus Christ, dude. I would actually fall apart. Like, have you ever stepped on a Lego? It is the worst pain ever, man. Oh my God, that is so funny. That is crazy. Imagine, chat. Oh my God, why do all my Reddit ones keep getting deleted? That's crazy. In other news, guys, the Mountain. You might know the Mountain from Game of Thrones. You might have seen Game of Thrones. You know this character. His name is the Mountain. Well, he is actually a true deadlifter, right? He does a lot of... I mean, he's a huge guy, right? So, of course, he's absolutely working out like crazy. We actually just set a new world record deadlift of all time. 1,124 pounds. Let's take a look.
The mutant deadlift world championships.
I mean, that's crazy.
And Hafthor Bjornsson is strapping to the bar to try to make history here with the greatest weight ever raised in the history of the sport. Here we go.
I mean, I love that they got him because he didn't really even have to act. Like, he was just completely silent, you know? So he was perfect for the role.
Let's go, Thor.
Bro, do you even live? It's like,
Let's
yes.
go, Thor. Come on.
Yes, I do.
Make some noise. World record. Bjornsson of Iceland, 510 kilograms. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is! Wow!
That's crazy.
And the first
I like they had the fucking sparklers behind him. And then he literally is the Mountain. Holy shit. There's controversy over this in the world's strongest man circles. Why is that? I think it's pretty dope. So, I mean, not that I really like lift as much anymore, but that's pretty cool. So, in other news, guys, this cow has gone viral after moving at the live cameras that are used to donate and activate their feeders. So again, you can donate to feed this sweet little cow named Winnie. However, the cow is not happy that they weren't getting treats and decided to move at the cameras. Where's my snacks, bro? Aw, that's cute. Like, give me my treats, bro. You ever had a pet? You know exactly how that is. 20 gifted for 2 pounds of food. Give me my fucking... Yeah, chat, stop right now. I need my treats. I need my treats. Now we're just talking about funny stuff right now. We haven't got to the real news yet. We'll start here in about 10 minutes. In other news, chat, unfortunately, this slug is evil. And that's right. Officers were called to a German apartment over suspected pranksters. But it turned out just to be a slug, ringing the doorbell over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Imagine a slug just on your ring, just like ding, 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 ding. Yeah. So it kept crawling over the ring doorbell and setting it off over and over. So the cops just showed up for a fucking slug. That's crazy. Yeah, he's just a funny little guy. In other news, guys, 2 American tourists have gone viral after mistakenly flying to Tenacia instead of their intended destination, Nice in France. How the fuck do you do that? They said their airline employee booked their tickets, must have heard them, and they said Nice. That sounds similar to Nice. Oh, I get it now. So they went through a travel agent, said, oh, we want to fly to Nice, and they said, oh, to Nice. Bro, that sounds like a fucking like 80s movie fucking plot. That's hilarious, actually. That's so funny. Oh my lord. Yeah, I was just like, all right, well, guess I'm gonna go to sleep. Holy. In other news, guys, I know we talked about some really dumb Australian tourists in the past, right? We talked about some people that are traveling from the U.S. Fucking up, or fucking with Australian wildlife. Well, we're gonna take a look at this story because this is pretty wild. How do you get on the wrong plane though, not knowing where it's going? I don't know. I guess they really trusted their travel agent. Steve Irwin's dad has criticized influencer The Real Tarzan for making content showing him wrestling a wild crocodile. People visiting our country need to respect our wildlife, or they need to be booted out the door. People literally go to travel to Australia. And like I said, we've covered this so many times, chat. People just go to Australia and fuck with the wildlife. It's absolutely horrible. So I'm glad that people are calling out, especially Steve Irwin's dad. The crocodile hunter's dad is calling this stuff out as well. So if you're going to travel anywhere, just be respectful. It's crazy to me how people actually go somewhere and they're just like, yeah, I'll just do whatever. What is your problem? Yeah, your first mistake though is just going to Australia. In other news, chat, you ever booked an Uber? Well, now you can book an Uber helicopter. Uber users will soon be able to book helicopter rides through the app. Oh boy, just what I wanted. That's right. Instead of, getting into a random stranger's car, I can get into a random stranger's helicopter. Yeehaw! This is great. I mean, I think it's a little cool. I won't lie. It's very out of left field, but I think it's pretty cool. In other news, guys, scientists have approved the world's first vaccine for koala bear chlamydia. Let's go! Save the koala bears! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! You don't know, chlamydia is actually a really big problem for koala bears, so it does look like that they're actually saving the koalas. Let's fucking go. Who guys use a helicopter to get to a date now? Peasants use a car, yeah. Imagine getting picked up by a helicopter, be like, how did you get this? Be like, oh, it's my Uber. That's actually wild. Except France. French people are the worst, so you can be as rude as you want to them. They already hate Americans, too. In other news, guys, footage shown during congressional hearing on UFOs captured the moment a glowing orb tanked a U.S. Hellfire missile and kept flying. The video sparked alien technology theories, chat. Is this a UFO? Let me know what you think. It tanked a missile and just kept going. Yeah, that's kind of true. If aliens do exist, we really don't want that smoke. That's actually true. We'll get bodied. Yeah, our military is kind of mid. So, dude, it just shrugged it off. It's like, nah, it's fine. Who really cares, bro? I believe this wholeheartedly. Oh, it's absolutely true. 100%. I don't know. I think some things are either unexplainable or there's just technologies we don't know about. But there's the alien UFO chat in quotation marks. So let me know what you think. In other news, I want to ask you all, chat. Would you eat this? Would you eat this, chat? That is right. Well, luckily, Arizona Beverages has announced a new chocolate egg cream soda flavor. Share sales will provide mortgage-free homes to families of fallen heroes and wounded veterans. Now, this cause is absolutely amazing, but what the fuck is this flavor, dude? I mean, I guess I would buy them and just pour them out.
This guy about me saying my uncle who works at Nintendo.
The uncle that works at Nintendo. Oh no.
Slap a Nintendo logo
oh god, it seems like a gross flavor, dude.
On the
I don't think so.
These Redditors are gonna freak.
I think I'd pass on that one. Either way, very cool. Of course, they're donating it to charity. However, chat, of course, Van Leeuwen has created a sunscreen flavored ice cream in collaboration with Carnival Cruise Line. Would you try this one? Sunscreen flavor. Bro, that is actually disgusting as fuck. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Ew, ew. Like, even the smell of sunscreen is bad. So, like, why would you even want to try that, you know? Like, nah, dude, that's gross as fuck. Nah, I'll pass. I don't know why anybody would want to, like, eat this. Just, like, even a smell, you know? Yeah, the smell is just like, fuck. I would try it. Y'all are crazy. But you know what I do want to ask all of you? Would you try talking about this crazy situation going on with VTuber Chachachilla? Guys, let's take a look at what's going on in the VTuber world with Chachachilla. Now, I know that we discussed this situation a little bit yesterday. We kind of just touched on it, right? I didn't really dive into it quite a lot, but I do know that we dived into it quite a lot on Wednesdays. So just to give you a little TLDR, Chachachilla is a VTuber. Actually, here, let me pull you up a picture so you know who I'm talking about. So guys, Chachachilla is a VTuber that tried to basically virtue signal, call out some people that were part of a Minecraft event with her. This isn't Mama Cha-Cha, Chachachilla. Chachachilla. How many times, guys, I feel like now you're just saying it in bad faith. Like, I've said Chachachilla a million times. Come on. Does this look like Cha-Cha? No, of course not. So, like, come on, guys. I feel like now you're just, you just keep saying it. Like, yes, it's not Cha-Cha. Billions mom, okay? Come on. So, TLDR, Chachachilla decided to try to virtue signal and call out one of the Sox agency talents and say that they were calling her or making fun of her for being disabled by saying the word inferior during a Minecraft roleplay event. Now, obviously there was nothing wrong with that. You know, it was a roleplay thing. It had nothing to do with anything with, you know, disabilities. And this was something that Cha-Cha decided to apply towards everything else, right? She tried to make a big issue out of it. Well, she didn't even target the right person that said the thing in the first place. And basically everybody came together and said, nah, dude, you're flipping out over nothing, right? So a ton of other people called her out and said, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. This is wrong. She tried to fight back on it. And ultimately, chat, the situation continued to get worse and 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 worse. What's up, Chunky? How are you? Yeah, worse and 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 worse. So, chat, now we're at today. So where we left off, we were talking about what she had responded to Sox, to Flork, all the other people. Well, part of the coverage on Wednesday that was so eye-opening was her past life was outed. And Apollo actually had dealt with her in her past life. And in Cha-Cha's past life under Bunny Ilisu, she had actually not only doxed Apollo, but also did revenge porn on Apollo as well. So really, really horrible things, chat. Horrible things. She also was very, like, made Yomi uncomfortable at Off Guy. I mean, just really horrible person. Literally went from trying to virtue signal for the wrong reasons, got, you know, caught up for it, and then their past life, their evil past life, was revealed for everybody. So that is kind of where we left off. However, chat, like with all things, you know, they get worse. Yeah, more past lives have even been outed, so we're gonna talk about all that today. So first up, one thing that she was accused of was faking her hospitalization. Well, Cha-Cha goes on to say, oh, yes, so yes, I have pink hair, and her brown hair is a wig. So saying, like, I didn't fake those pictures, etc. Right? Also, you know, took this picture here. I don't know why, but this is an AI picture, so you can not even look at that. But there is a person here named Sevi who says, I color picked the latest shade of both hairs. They're not even remotely the same color. One is faded while the other is freshly dyed. Either the hospital photo was taken months prior or it's fake. So you can see other color here and that newer color there. So these pictures clearly do not, or at least look like they don't match, right? I mean, it could be lighting. This person says it's lighting. I don't know, right? I mean, I did originally leave this in the rumor category because I just wasn't really sure. I'm not an expert in like deciding about the lighting and the color of hair, but I think that this is a pretty strong look in favor of this person didn't actually go to the hospital. But, you know, do remember it is a rumor, it is speculation still. I still want to bring it up to you that this has continued to develop. So ultimately, you know, you decide what you think, if it's one thing or the other. I just want to tell you that this is going on, right, chat? Yeah, the timing on those tweets is sus too. But anyway, chat, let's continue. Let's talk about what Chacha had said here. So, Chacha tweeting out, and again, most if not all of these tweets have been deleted, so I apologize, but we only have screenshots since most of them are gone now, so bear with me. But Chacha goes on to say, I'm aware there are many allegations circulating about me. I take all of these accusations seriously and am fully prepared to address each and every one of them. To ensure accuracy and transparency, I ask that anyone making a claim reply to this post with the specific dates, times, and details of the events they're referring to. There's a 10-page doc somewhere in this post. We're desperately trying to get the pic right, wasn't there? I have no idea, but I do have a document I do want to go through today, Pi, so we'll see if it's in there. Once the information is provided, I'll respond to each allegation directly, thoroughly, with screenshots and evidence. If those making the accusations choose not to provide the information, I will take the refusal as a lack of willingness to provide or prove these claims. In that case, I'll be including the unverified allegations and any related conduct in upcoming legal proceedings so the matter can be handled appropriately. So going on to say, well, if you're not going to provide it, then obviously it's not true, right? So I do think that you do need to provide proof. You are innocent until proven guilty, but looking at the full context of this situation, chap, it does seem like there's so much to doubt. This just kind of feels like this is in bad faith, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, well, you know, you can't prove it, so none of it's true, right? Even though some of the other stuff is actually true. You know what I mean? So...
Good morning. Wait, what's
Yo,
your
what's up, Tal?
name?
How are you?
Is it Elara or Sussy Elara? I forgot. Elara, how
Kirby! What the fuck, dude? Kirby! So, I think with the full context of everything, right, chat? We can kind of see that there's a lot of things that are in bad faith, right? So, I feel like she's only saying this to try to disavow certain stuff, knowing full well what she's done. And I will provide why I think that is true. Because, chat, you can even look at what I said kind of later on, and it'll kind of tie back into that, why I think that she actually did stuff, but he wants to pretend she didn't do anything, right? She's been like, oh, well, you can't prove I did anything, so I didn't do anything wrong. But the thing is there's actually a lot of proof. So, correct me if I'm wrong, which I probably am, but is she also the one who was sexually assaulted at a con? Yes. We covered that story earlier this year, Dante. Yes, that is true. I do want to make sure, though, that we keep that separate, because that horrible thing could happen to her, but the stuff that she did is unforgivable. You know what I mean? Like, both things can exist simultaneously. So I just want to make sure we keep those things separate, right? Because that doesn't really play a part into what we're talking about today. But to answer your question, yes, she was that person, and we did cover that earlier this year. So let's go take a look, guys, because... No, all good. So let's go take a look here, because, of course, here's that post that she said. Well, there's a person here named Fred who said she is still behaving the same way in her Discord, too. So let's go take a look at this document here. Let me get a Google Docu. This one is not very long, by the way, so You know, don't worry too much about it, chat. It's not too long. So anyway, if you could give it to us, you know, elara, read it out to us. Tell us what's up. Oh, you're just not gonna read? You're just not gonna read today? No, don't make me read this all by myself, dude. Are you serious? Hold on. All right, well, GG's. Yeah, I guess my TTS is just like, nope. Nah, I don't really feel like it. I don't really feel
The
like
Google Donkey Deliverer!
it. Yeah, she went on strike. Damn rip. Okay, well, I have barely any personal interaction with Chachachilla in the past. However, I've followed the drama, and I'm still in her Discord when she suddenly came back from her supposed hospital stay and began damage control. I was extremely skeptical, but willing to at least hear her out. What's up, Apollo? As I believe in hearing both sides of a story. She posted a photo of herself with pink hair and a bear sticker. As for one thing, that she posted the same photo with a different piece of paper showing her name, as it could literally been any pink-haired girl. For me, the main thing was it seeing that she had pink hair of some sort and her name in the photo. I wanted to see if it would match that first one she took within a reasonably short amount of time to prove she wasn't just bullshitting again. Instead of doing that, she made several excuses, called me mean, made it about her disability. Instead of her lies, let one of her defenders say it was shock her that I'm autistic. Ironic considering her issue started with her accusing someone of being ableist. Well, what the fuck is this word? Without admonishing. What does this mean, chat? Without admonishing them for it. I guess it means dismissing it. I generally didn't care, but I found it telling. She didn't react to it, etc.
Oh my god! We're having a fire!
Oh, scolding, got you.
The burning!
Got you scolding, okay. I don't really have a personal stake in this drama or interact with anybody who was affected by it. And I wasn't planning on to share this if I wasn't being merely for not immediately believing her, but seeing how she's now asking people to help her fund a lawyer. I felt it's important to share that she seems to be exactly the kind of person she showed herself to be recently. Got you to like reprimand, yeah. Thank you so much. To make it clear, understand how POTS works. I wasn't the one to originally bring up. Nid, thank you for getting us up. Appreciate you. To make it clear, understand how POTS works. I wasn't the one to originally bring up how the first photo was while standing. My point was that she shouldn't take them in the same place, in the same lighting. And if she did think it was significantly enough of a difference to stand versus sit, then she did it shortly before to take the original photo. And it shouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that she do it again. I think that's a fair ask, right? As a former photographer, I don't think standing would have been necessary to get the same lighting in this situation. So is she just like asking for her to basically just take a similar like picture so that way they could see and actually compare it, right? Which I think is perfectly fine. I think it's a fair question, right? So here's that picture, right, from Cha-Cha. Mike goes on to say, I'm not looking forward to Twitter tearing this apart. Brett says, you need to show a piece of paper with your name handwritten or something. It's not 100% proof, but pretty good. Stick, I was going to say hold a piece of paper up with the date and time or something so people know it's you. Yeah, I mean, Yomi could confirm, but then again, they did have a wig on Nintendo, so maybe not. You know what I mean? Like, there is some reasonable doubt there, right? Brett says, because this could be literally any pink-haired girl pick, and make sure it's the same lighting as the one was now. Cha-Cha says, you can't reverse image search it, it's me. Brett says, doesn't matter. Stick says it doesn't matter. Cha-Cha does like the cap that's like face. Brett says, could be a pink-haired friend. Serafina says, I was going to suggest that as well. Something identifiable to you is up to you, and including your Twitter handle on a piece of paper that is handwritten is not printed out. Unfortunately, they're saying people will find any and all excuses to assume it's fake. Cha-Cha says, so I have a pink-haired friend I got to send me hospital pics, and it's a selfie right now? That's kind of dumb. Stick says, who knows? Probably. Brett says, if this is you, and you just took it, it'd be incredibly easy to write a piece of paper and take a pic again. I agree with that, right? Just take a picture. A new picture, right? Especially like if you're on your phone, like texting on Discord, just take another picture. Nick says, how you're going about all of this is dumb. Let's not point fingers now. Fight says, you don't have to convince us. You've taken upon yourself to convince Twitter. Cha-Cha says, I have to find a piece of paper. I usually don't keep paper around me. I'm sorry, I can't do this. I don't have a piece of paper. What? You are finding every excuse here. Nah, dude, nah. You're trying to find every possible excuse. Yeah, I don't have any paper, so I can't do it. I know I'm being a little facetious, but Serafina says, unfortunately, I have to think like the average Twitter idiot. It requires much proof as possible before they believe anything. I mean, that's actually a very fair point. Brad says, I mean, it's pretty basic internet proof. It's you. Shoe on head and all that. Otherwise, it could really be anyone. Just not something they posted on a site that gets indexed by reverse search. Vampirex says, so just claim the paper as AI. People won't accept anything. I mean, that's not true. Best option is probably just leave everything rest for now to blow over in a week. I can guarantee it if you just leave it be. That's actually horrible advice. Just want to say that. At this point, you don't bother with those people. Timestamp to be more than enough. They say facts. But yeah, I'm still of the opinion this should pull away for a long while. Brett says, honestly, 2 different pics in the same area lighting with the second holding the paper and being within like half an hour is pretty good proof. Bite says, maybe video we're talking. Brett says, delay or different location lighting will be more sus. Brett says, that would be good too, a video, right? Well, you don't have mail or a box. Right, exactly. Like, it's like a million things you could write on. Vampirex says, I'm not saying that it isn't good proof. I'm just saying that people on Twitter are looking for drama are going to find flaws and everything. So there's no real winning with them. I mean, like, okay, so hypothetically, chat. Let's do a hypothetical. Hypothetically, chat. Even if the stuff about the hospitalization is not fake, that would not make up for any and all of the other stuff that she has lied about. You know what I mean? So, like, I mean, cool, that's great if this is hypothetically, like, you know, you didn't fake it, but that still doesn't make up for all of the other horrible things that you've done. Nick said they'd be up to Twitter whether she's able to properly censor vid, I suppose. Not difficult, says Bite. Brett says, never gonna win 100%, but with this serious accusation, it's worth it to the ones who would listen. And that's what I think as well. Because there are people that are going to listen, like me, right? Like you guys in chat, like you're going to listen to it. So that's what we're looking for. We're just looking for you to prove a little bit of something, right? Because everything else is so questionable. And you've already kind of dug your hole, right? We just want you to prove a little bit. And I think that, I mean, that is going to change everything, but it would go a long way. At least in my eyes, it would. Stick says true. Brett says, yeah, it's super easy. In CapCut, Grayson said, this is the mentality she should take. A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of the sheep. I mean, like, nah, I think you're at a point where some proof is going to be helpful, right? Brett says, good luck with that. Bite says, Cha-Cha can edit videos. I mean, she did in a recent drama. Brett said that'd be a rainbow needed for sure. Cha-Cha says, thanks everybody, by the way, they're stuck here and listen to what I have to say. Vampirex says, nah, I've seen VTubers who dox people make death threats. Did a rebrand and come back within the same year and be completely forgotten what they did. I would love to know which VTuber you're talking about, by the way, because I don't know of any that have been able to successfully do that. Brett says, yes, she just kept taking a break. That's a different game. Those who tended to have just ignored and not address anything at all, which is kind of late here to do that. Where's the new pick? Cha-Cha links this one right here with a piece of paper. 119. No, 1119. I know my handwriting is bad, but damn, like, oh, okay, I think I see it. I think what they're seeing. What's with the date? A different hair shade, LOL. The hair is the same. It's my same hair. Okay, I believe it. Their penis says same hair, different lining. Brett says, that's what I said. It should be the same room lighting too. Very different shape from the first pic and different shirt. Verdobi says this. Someone thought this lasted longer than all my relationships. Holy shit, so true. How are you, Verdobi? What's up? Verdobi is a long time. Verdobi was like here during the beginning of my streaming chat. He's a long-time friend. Everybody say hi to Verdobi. Cha-Cha says, yeah, I wore a dress earlier because my aunt came over. I changed it to a t-shirt. Let me take another photo. Christ's sakes, man. Okay, I'm taking another photo. What's imageflip.com? Remember how I said if you're going to keep, you make things worse. I'm just going to be honest. It doesn't really feel like it doesn't really feel like they're actually doing anything to make the situation better. You know what I mean? Yeah, it feels like they're actually just making it worse. Okay, maybe I shouldn't then. I don't know. Vampire says, it's how you edit two photos together. Brad says, do it in the same room as the first one. You need the lighting to match. Yeah, just me searching an easy collage maker. Just put it side by side. Vampire says, just leave it be for tonight. There's no winning against the mindless horde of Twitter. Chacha says, I don't see why I have to go this far. I mean, like, again, reminder, you doxed, and you also, on top of that, you also did revenge porn. So, I think anything that you could clear up would be very much appreciated at this point, because you are looking like an absolutely horrible person, right? Brad says, I mean, it's now or never for me personally. It's easy retake if it's true. I agree. I really do agree with Brad. They're very like, they're being very chill about it, but they're like, dude, you're not really addressing the problem, and your actions are not backing what you say you're gonna do, right? Nick says, if you really think you must. One more, I can't stop you. If I were in the room, I'd be breaking your phone, but I'm not. Chacha says, you keep having me retake it. Fight says, I'm 50-50 split on the hair color shade. By the way, chat, do you think that they faked their hospitalization, yes or no? Yeah, what do you think? Chacha says, you said that last time. One more retake. Brett says, you didn't follow the first instructions. Chacha says, what the fuck? Brett says, I'm getting mad about it. It's a bad look. Grayson said, then you're obviously not a friend. I mean, like, you could still be a friend and call people out, right? Like, I would argue a friend would actually do that. Chacha says, because you're doubting me when I was showing proof, made me take more and more photos. It feels like you're trolling me. I think they're just asking for you to provide solid proof, you know? Stick says, you need to listen to people who are genuinely trying to help. Brett says, a friend is anyone here that's still willing to listen to reasonable proof, not to ignore things that don't match up, especially when she's going to post on Twitter. I agree with that. I mean, yeah, Ian calls me out all the time, you know? Yeah, I don't know which way. I'm going to be honest. I'm on the fence about it. I just don't know. And to be very, very transparent, it doesn't matter, you know? Like, she's still done so many horrible things, so why the fuck would it even matter? Brett goes on to say, follow the instructions we gave, and you'd only have to take one. Changing t-shirt and lighting isn't going to work. Where you're being accused of stealing photos. Chacha says, I thought the lighting would be the same because it's the same room. Chacha says, or Stick says, Chacha, stop typing. Chacha says, well, I'll take another photo with the same shirt. Jesus Christ. Brett says, just stand in the same outfit and same spot. For the first one, it's really not that hard. Stick says, don't Jesus Christ us. Brett says, especially if you just took it. Serafina says, it's also a view of perspective when it comes to lighting. If you're facing away from the light you're previously facing towards, it's an overhead light is further away. It will drastically change the image's lighting. Cameras are goofy like that. Chacha says, I don't like standing a lot. I stood for one photo quickly and started feeling I gotta stand up. I gotta stand up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't have a piece of paper. I'm sorry, I don't like standing, so I can't. Oh my god. Yeah, I gotta be careful standing. I might feel dizzy. Like, I know that people actually. Verdobi, thank you for 17 months. It's a shame the lighting keeps making people look like they're committing a decent act. Okay, so like, I understand people have legitimate health like concerns and stuff like that, but you keep coming up with so many excuses. Oh my god, yeah, so guess what? I can't stand up too long. It makes me dizzy. I don't have a piece of paper. Like, dude, you given so many chances to make this right, and you're doing everything possible to dodge it. Like, oh my lord. I think my TTS is broken right now. I'm really sorry. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I wasn't so comfortable in bed right now instead of two. Oh my god. They're clearly lying, chat. Can we agree to that? I think they're clearly lying. So the pushback and gaslighting about us making you take multiple pics is making it less believable. Pick says, come on now about the standing up. Kaja says, you do realize I have a heart condition. It makes me faint when I stand up for long periods. I can show you the tilt table test. Brett says, I can't give up, you're a liar. Oh no. Vampire says, then just take a photo sitting down. Chacha says, okay, let me get the tilt table test. Stick says, sorry, it went this way for you. Brett says, I tried. So, like, I do feel like they really gave him the benefit of the doubt. Tried to allow them to try to fix it. And nah, dude, they just blew it. He said, thank you for getting a sub to Apollo. Appreciate ya. Very deserving of one. Thank you. Vampirax says, don't bother. They're obviously trolling you, trying to make it worse. Bro, they're not. They're actually trying to help. And you keep making excuses. Brett says, no, just take the pic. Stick says, do not get that tilt table test. Brett says, trying to straw man shit again. Chacha says, you accuse me of lying about it. Bite says, I do believe she's disabled. Chacha says, I'm going to prove I'm not. Stick says, no one was accusing you of lying. It's just on the focus right now. Apparently they dropped some kind of, I guess a document with like, whatever the tilt table test is. Like, why should that matter? Just take 2 pictures of you sitting down, or there's a million ways to prove it. Like, stop dodging it, dude. Brad goes on to say she can stand up for 2 seconds as she did the first time, or wheel into the same spot. Exactly. Nick says, for the love of God. Brad is like, nobody's asking for this. Chacha says, you were when you accused me of lying. Brad says, nobody's saying you are disabled. Stick says, see above. I'm pretty sure people off guide can confirm that, like, she is disabled. I don't think anybody was lying, or anybody was saying she was lying about being disabled, chat. I don't think that's ever come up. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, right? But I don't think that's ever come up. Nick says, see above. Chacha says, you accuse me of lying about being disabled. Brett says, we're saying you're making irrelevant excuses because you're so full of shit. You can't do the basic proof. She has issues standing up. Why would she stand up in the first picture in the first place? Yeah, exactly. I agree with that, Nid. Brett says, prove it, because that never happened. And Chacha says, replying to me about being disabled. I feel like they just keep... I feel like what Chachachilla does is she constantly, like, worms the conversation, right? Like, she snakes it in a different direction. So if you say one thing about this and you prove her wrong, she'll take the conversation to something completely... like different, right? Like, it's, even though it's a little related, she'll start being like, oh, well, you're calling me this, or oh, you're saying I'm lying about this, and it's like, that's not what we're talking about. Like, not moving the goalpost, you know? Brett says, give up getting you to prove the pick is you. Clearly, you're doing the same thing that got you into trouble in the first place. Nick says, at the risk of repeating myself, no one's accusing you of lying. Just not the focus right now. Brett says, all you're proving is that you haven't changed. Cha-Cha says, I'm willing to take a photo sitting. I feel dizzy right now, so I don't want to stand. Grayson says, Cha, just give them the photo, then stop talking to them. They're rage baiting you. I genuinely don't feel like they're rage baiting, though. Chat, do you feel like this person is rage baiting, or are they just asking for a definitive proof to help exonerate Cha-Cha? Brett says you can do whatever you did in the first photo. Stick says either take the photo or don't. Chachachilla says, I feel dizzy. Do you not understand? I mean, guys, I'm going to be real. When I feel dizzy, I don't want to look at my phone or talk to anybody, just saying. And I get dizzy sometimes, so... Vamprex says, Brett, you're stirring stuff up to stop for tonight. It's only making everything worse. Brett says, nobody's asking for anything more than what you did already. I mean, that's true. Serafina says, yep, this checks out for somebody with heart conditions, which I'm sure it does, right? But you can take 2 pictures, or 1 picture in the same place, right? Chacha says, if I stand on my feet, why you're not getting this? Grayson says, you can take it sitting down. Nick says, and why you're not paying attention to people trying to help? Grayson says, calm down, don't crash out. Brett says, and how do you take the first one 30 minutes ago? Here, you can only do it sitting down. Nick says, a bit late. Chacha says, I stood, and after I felt dizzy, it's postural. When I stand, I'm more prone to faint. Then just take another picture of you sitting down. I'm crashing out, chat. I'm crashing out to take a picture of you sitting down. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stick says, then sit your ass down. Serafina says, do not force somebody with a heart condition to stand for longer they're uncomfortable with. It could lead to fainting and a drop in blood pressure, which could turn into a major issue. Of course, that's true. Chacha says, I'm sitting. Brett is telling me to stand. Bro, they're literally doing everything to dodge actually just going forward with taking the fucking picture. Well, they're telling me to stand. I don't have a piece of paper. Like, I can't stand. Like, dude, just take the picture sitting down. Brett says, because she did this on Twitter, he's switching the argument around to being about disability, which he's caught lying, which unfortunately has been the case in the past as well, chat. Brett says, prove it, I was the one who said this thing in the first place. Chacha says this like right here. She can stand up for 2 seconds like she did the first time. So now what Chacha is doing is just trying to split hairs and argue about a point of who brought it up first. It's like, Chacha, just take the picture, you know? If she did the first time, you're telling me it was a one-time miracle. Chacha says you don't understand heart conditions. Again, thinking about their health issues and disabilities. What we're not, it's not like we're ignoring that, right? We're very open to that fact, but you can still provide the evidence that people are asking you for simply just by sitting down. Nobody's asking you to do it while standing up. So your argument is irrelevant. Serafina says, don't think you know how heart conditions work. Cha-Cha says, look up pots. Serafina, LOL. Brett says, the fact you won't even do it sitting down is sus as hell. Stick says, you can literally do it sitting down. Direct quote from Brett. Grayson says, honestly, just being to people causing you stress. Posting images on Twitter. Since you have a heart condition, this is most definitely helping with your blood pressure. Oh yeah, no, it always gets worse, Slime. Also, you may think to stand up wants to do something. Being fake with standing a second time. Exactly. 100% walk. It's not like we're not listening to that fact, right? They're simply saying you can prove everybody wrong about this fake hospitalization by just taking a picture sitting down, which they keep refusing to do. They keep making the argument about them standing up. Like, nobody cares about that anymore. Just take the picture fucking sitting down. Yeah, she's making so many excuses. Brett says, I literally work in the medical field. Cha-Cha says, I will do it sitting down. Okay, thank God. Brett says, I will post a screenshot if she does, to be honest. Cha-Cha says, I'm telling you, I won't do it standing up. Okay, that's all. That's great. Nick says, thank you finally. No one cares. Just shut up and take the picture. Don't. Vampire says, you're obviously here just to cause problems. Grayson says, good job outing yourself. Nick says, this should not be this difficult. So here is another picture. Right here. It's not. Brett says, no, I'm not. I'm just not going to believe somebody has some proof when she has severe allegations against her. I said a ban because of this. Chacha says, I'm sitting down. I took it. Are you happy? Looks clean to me. Why would you want to add fuel to the fire then? Says Vampirex. Nick says, good, now stop, you're done. Log off, unplug your router, and take a break. Brett says, am I missing the paper? Chacha says, what the fuck, you didn't say that? Serafina says, causing a person with autism extreme stress, being angry that they're not able to do exactly what you want, etc. Right? Brett says, because what she's being accused of is extremely serious. I mean, like, I guess this picture is good enough. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's good enough. I mean, the date isn't on there, but I mean, the picture is there, right? So, I'm willing to believe her in the picture purely because it won't change anything in the grand scheme of all the other drama. I think it's a fair point, Bite. Chacha says, why are you being so mean to me? Grayson says, just ban them. Brett says, I'm aware. I am autistic. Yeah, I got you, yo. So, Grayson says, shocker. Stick says, what an odd thing to say. Yeah, I mean, like, that is fucked up to say. I'm not gonna lie. Serafina, then you of all those people should know that autism is a spectrum. Handles stress very poorly in many situations. Bite says, I have a small request. Brett says, ableist. Bite says, I believe you. Chacha says, are you the one who said not to throw that word around? So, now they're having personal disagreements, etc. So you're really here just to be, being a dick to be a dick. It's undeniably the same person the image is now. Bite says, so how about you post Happy Men's Day on Twitter? What? Yeah, now this is just personal stuff, and a personal disagreement. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the stuff going on with Cha-Cha proving that she was in a hospital or not, right? People who use autism spectrum or autism as an excuse to get away with shit or is, as any means of lacking accountability, make the rest of us look bad. Absolutely. Log off and take a break, says Stick. Vampirex says, it's not a joke if that's what's causing the problem to begin with. Grayson said, they're a do as I say, not as I do kind of person. Brett says, the joke is that the fact her defenders are now doing what she was accusing others of in the first place. And she's not even saying anything against it. It's highly relevant. Grayson says talking to you like it's a brick wall. So I think we're kind of hitting the point where they provided a picture and that is what we were here for. Now they're just arguing about some personal disagreements here. Brett says it's one fire and 499 of her own making, trying to distract from the actual issue. But okay, what's up, Minnesota? How are you? Good to see you, cutie. Sticks says brother, she's adding to it by continuously trying to explain it away and not taking time away from the computer. Grayson says the fact that Cha hasn't banned him is kind of unbelievable to me, to be honest. Brett says literally all I said is take a pic in the same location, same lighting, holding the paper to show it's her. And my fault is she takes 70 photos. I'm not that. Stick says use your alt if you need to look at things. Use your alt if you need to look at things. That is completely anti-ethical to the solution. Light says she's saying she can't take the exact same picture because she can't stand up, if I understand correctly. Seriously, as an autistic person, it's incredibly offensive to use autism as an excuse to be a horrible person. 100% agree with you guys. 100% agree. Thank you for 8 months, man. That's stop. Appreciate you. We're talking about the Chachachilla stuff, and somebody took some screenshots of what was going on in her Discord. So Grayson goes on to see, and she said doing so required her to stand up, which she felt lightheaded at the moment because of you ding-dongs, mind you, so she couldn't. I'm sure she will when she feels better. Brett says, y'all are the ones who don't care about her. If you think encourage her, posting anything but that to Twitter wouldn't have well for her. I mean, I think it's a fair point, right? Nick said, and everybody kept saying that she could take it sitting, right? But now we can absolutely be certain that all the images she provided are in fact her, so that can be a not issue anymore. Stick says, I'll assume with a condition like hers, he has a wheelchair or something. Brett says, I was in here to help her to have her the best chance of posting something that would prove the naysayers wrong. Instead, she tried to straw man and gaslight what was being asked for it, made many excuses, didn't provide it, and ignored her defenders. Actually being ableist to me, which was original complaint that started all of this. And of course, confirming she does have a condition. So I think I'm going to stop this document here just because I do want to read all of it, but it's not really it's not really adding any weight in me anymore to what we're here to talk about, right? It's just talking about how she didn't really provide the picture that was asked for. And that's kind of it, right? So of course, here is that picture, right? The one with the beard. Here's the one that she took. I mean, I feel like it's the same. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, because there's that pink. I think it's just different lighting, right? So, also, why are you using image flip? Yeah, well, why are you using image flip? That's a little sus. I'm not gonna lie. That's a little sus. But I mean, there is a picture of this with their thing on here. Why is this just written this way? It's just this also looks like it's written poorly as well. So I'm just, I don't know, dude. I don't know. This was the thing that she provided. I mean, again, we didn't even need that. I mean, clearly this right here is the same picture, right? Because you can see the top of the cinema roll here. So I don't know. It's just very sus. It's all around really just fucking sus. Yeah, exactly. Because yesterday or that day it was discussed would have been 11/19. So I don't know, dude. It all seems really sus. Am I willing to believe that the hospitalization was not fake? Yeah, I'm willing to believe that. I don't really know. It's just it's also questionable to me, chat. How do you feel about it? I know a lot of you said you thought she faked it. I don't know, dude. It's just there's too many head scratching what ifs for me, I mean, I could see how you could think it. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I don't really have a good, I don't really know on this one, so I'm not gonna lean one way or the other, but obviously come to the conclusion that you want. Also, in the grand scheme of things, her faking or not faking this has nothing to do with the grand scheme of all the other stuff she's been accused for. So even if she did lie about this, she did lie about She didn't lie about the stuff that she has done towards Apollo, and she also lied about not actually doing it or not knowing the things she did. So, well, again, like, the lighting could fuck with that a little bit. Cameras are that way, but she said she wouldn't have accessed her phone while in the hospital, that she wouldn't have posted about suing Apollo. Yeah, I mean, that was crazy too. So, there's a lot of, she's lied about a lot of other stuff, so I can see why people would be like, yeah, you lied about this too. So, continuing, chat, continuing. Turns out that she does have a third PL, past life. And this comes from Dr. Paradigm Shift, who says, you don't know when to quit, do you? 3 years ago, before she was Cha-Cha, before she was Bunny Elusium, she was Nya Charisse. Nya Charisse, allegedly, tried to cancel Dr. Paradigm Shift's birthday subathon when I was being vulnerable to her privately. She twisted my insecurities to try and scare me out of the VTubing space. She also tried to drive a wedge between me and my best friends while screwing them out of hundreds of dollars. Seeing you do this and worse to so many other people makes me fucking sick. I mean, again, chat, we don't have any screenshots attached to this to prove that validity, but, you know, I am willing to believe it based on the past. But chat, what if I told you? What if I told you, chat? There's more. What if I told you, chat? There might just be even not one, not two, not even three, but a fourth past life. Well, chat, that is right. Allegedly, I'm saying this again. Allegedly, this is her fourth PL, chat. Allegedly. I've heard the rumors. I've seen people talking about it. I don't know if it's true. It's just a theory. It's a game theory, chat. But allegedly, this is her fourth PL, chat. Allegedly. So, yeah, I do believe that, oh, wait. Oh, you were there. Oh, shit. Okay, well, Apollo just confirmed it. Well, thank you, Apollo. I appreciate that. Well, there you go. Apollo was here allegedly. Well, there you go, chat. Absolute confirmation. This is their fourth PL. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah. Are you telling me she also is running a VTuber agency? She's Hammerless Blue. Everybody's Hammerless Blue. I knew it. Paula, I hope you're doing okay, Sydney. Thank you for confirming this, because I saw like people talking about it. I'm like, what is it actually? And I didn't want to bother you. So thank you so much for the confirmation there. So a confirmed fourth life has hit the tower, chat. The fourth PL has hit the tower. My God. So kind of continuing here, chat. Cha-Cha did ultimately go on to ask for support for lawyers' fees. That is right. After all of the shitty stuff she's done, he decided to be like, oh yes, I want help with lawyer fees. Bro, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? And so, you know, I'm asking, I'm like, who the fuck are you suing? Like, what are you even doing? If you're gonna be like, oh, well, you know, I'm gonna sue somebody, right? Like, who are you suing? What are you suing them for, right? Let me scroll down to my thing here. You know, I was like, so you want to help with legal fees, but for what? Are you suing somebody? Who? You expect legal support? You're not even telling us who it's for. Do you really think anybody wants to support you? After all the things that Apollo said. Well, Cha-Cha goes on to say, for those who wanted me to specify, I plan on taking Apollo from Mythos to court and suing her for slander and defamation. He stated many false things about me with no evidence to back these claims up. Well, chap, let me tell you, I got something to say about that. I got things to say because I keep seeing her be like, oh yeah, I never did anything to Apollo. There's no evidence. And why am I showing you screenshots of this, chat? It's because she deleted these tweets. And there actually is plenty of fucking proof. It's just not been made public yet. There's so much proof out there. There's so much. It's just because it hasn't been made public doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. And here's the crazy part, chap. And my biggest question of all time right here. So, how is there not evidence? And how would you say there isn't evidence if you were the one that was in the fucking evidence and the one committing the atrocities? How can you sit there and pretend, oh, well, there's no evidence because you were the one doing it. You know it exists. You're lying about evidence existing. You're trying to dismiss these arguments. You know that people have this evidence against you, and you're just been like, oh, no, everything's fine. I'm just going to pretend everything's fucking okay. It's not. You were a liar, dude. You're getting called out for it. I'm calling you out for it. Apollo's calling you out for it. Everybody's calling you out for it. You're a fucking liar. And there's proof to go with that. Just wait. Just wait, dude. Chocolate, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yo, I really wanted those because it's like a blind box. So thank you so much. A Chocolate bought me a blind box for Dark Souls figures. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Chocolate Iguana. Yeah, literally so much evidence. Just because not all of it is public doesn't mean it didn't happen, right? We already have people like Juso. We have Bex backing stuff. We have so many people with their testimonies. So that's already enough proof, right? But then for you to be like, oh, there's no proof of what Apollo said. Oh, bitch, there's plenty. Oh, there's plenty. Yeah, there's absolutely plenty. You just want to try to play dumb and be like, oh, there's no evidence, so none of it's real. You're not fooling anybody, dude. You are not fooling me. You're not fooling all of my chat members, and you're certainly not fooling most of the VTuber community. Absolutely crazy that you would say that. You sunk yourself 5 times as much by actually saying this. You fucked yourself so much by saying I never did anything to Apollo. There's no evidence. This is a blatant fucking lie, chat. Mark my words and listen to me. Look at my face right now. Look at my face. That is a fucking lie, chat. Cue the why you always lying. Absolute lie. Straight up. I have seen the evidence. He's lying. Let's continue. Sorry, I crashed out a little bit, but Jesus, dude, like, it really pisses me off for not only Apollo, but for every other victim that's had to deal with your bullshit, right? For you to blatantly lie about the things that you've done. You got caught red-handed, dude. You can't sit there and say, like, oh, no, it's not red paint, it's yellow. Like, no, dude, you got caught red-handed. It's over, dude. On top of this, she goes on to add this response here.
Why you always lying?
There it is.
Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Yeah, so like, down here on this response here that Rico had quote retweeted, she says, Flork ad-free did nothing wrong. Yeah, that's right. So why did you have a problem with them in the first place? I fucked up there, which, okay, that's where you take accountability. I'm talking about all the other allegations. Oh, all the other allegations and they're fucking trapped! I cannot, dude. I literally cannot. I'm losing brain cells by the second. Please save me, chat, please. My IQ is dropping. But on top of this, Apollo goes on to say, I hope you do. Referencing the, taking her to court. He says, I hope you do. That would be so funny. Got him. On top of that, Kono, who is the actual IRL lawyer, who is a VTuber, goes on to say, how are you going to serve them with that lawsuit? How are you going to pay for the likely 200 to 300 hours of work a typical defamation case takes? That is $400 an hour. That's 80 to 120 grand in your own fees. How will you substantiate actual reputational damages? You guys got to remember that doing an actual defamation case is so hard to prove. I was mad lad shaking writing that. Oh my God, to be that brave again. Bro, that was badass. I'm not gonna lie. Even we have other people going on. Like Kia to say, the lawyer read her case and would charge her extra time for wasting. Would actually charge her more for extra for wasting time. So, probably holds true as well. On top of that, guys, Apollo even comes out, speaking out. Again, it says, I'm not a very strong person, but I try to be. So excuse me if I'm more off my element this week. I had a very big thing for myself, and it's a big risk. I know, but I'm happy I did it. Yes, no one is going to support your scam, Chachachilla. But if you do get any funds, please seek help. I agree with that. I said this yesterday, I'll say it again. Legitimately, if Chachachilla opened up something and said, guys, I fucked up so hard, and I'm just absolutely like, I am in a really bad place in my life, and I clearly need help. If people would donate to that, I would do it with proof. Dude, I would donate in a heartbeat. Absolutely. I would donate in a heartbeat to that. But she's probably just going to use it to rebrand whatever little amount she probably did make. So, Trey actually speaks up, who is a mod for Apollo. Of course, referencing the getting sued stuff as well. But yeah, he's easy ASM for Mythos overall and a mod for Apollo. Because honestly, I would love to see you try to come after my talents again. Please do. I'm begging you. I still remember you tried to do a Google Doc last year on your PL and everyone called you out for being stupid. You deleted it multiple times. We were being nice and didn't drop a doc with actual evidence from multiple people. And that was my call, and I regret that decision because you hurt so many people since then. Unlike you, I don't need help getting lawyers' fees. If you want to go that route, buckle up and lock the fucking in. Terry's not playing, dude. The last thing you do on the internet, no matter how many times you try to rebrand and start over, I will find you and call you out again. This isn't a threat. I don't make threats. I'm too nice for that stuff. I make promises. Holy fucking shit, dude. I mean, he dropped the fucking bomb right there, dude. Like, absolutely torched. What a giga chub. What a giga chub. Yeah, we'll get there, Solo. Yeah, I'll be talking about that in a bit. So, holy shit, chat. So, I think that I have proven here that Cha-Cha does not care. Cha-Cha does not care about the things that she said, right? Because ultimately, she goes on to delete and try to hide evidence about it. But also at the same time, like, she has done some really, really horrible things. And she's not taking accountability for half of them. She tries to gaslight everybody and is saying, oh no, I never did those things. No, that wasn't me. I'm not lying to you. You absolutely lied to people about this stuff. There's no proof of it. Yeah, you can't say that I'm guilty. No, there is proof of it. It's just not out there yet, dude. Literally trying to gaslight everybody. Nothing says innocent, like I'm trying to destroy evidence to prove you're innocent. Well, like, she has ways out, too, like with a picture, and it's just so much fighting. It's just sketchy, dude. It's all sus. I'm just like, nah, dude, I don't think that this is a trustworthy person, at all, chat. So, let me ask you a question, chat. Do you think that Chachachilla is gonna run and rebrand, yes or no? Oh, absolutely not. She doesn't give a fuck about people. Clearly, she, like, even when Yomi was like, I was uncomfortable, she was like, yeah, no, but that wasn't the actual reason. It was this reason, you know, like, just really, like, you have to understand, you can make people uncomfortable. You can explain your side, right? And be like, yeah, you know, I didn't mean to, and I'm sorry. Because there's always, like, a lack of accountability, a lack of being sorry. Still trying to dismiss the horrible things she's done against Apollo, saying that there's no evidence when there is. I mean, she's cooked, chat. I will tell you, she's cooked like a Thanksgiving fucking turkey. Like, she's absolutely cooked. But I'm more worried that she's gonna try to run, and restart, because she's been doing this for years, chat. We've shown, now we have confirmation of her 4th PL. I mean, she's been doing this for a long time, chat. Let me see if I can find that. I mean, look, May 25th, 2023. I mean, this is a while ago, chat. A while ago. So, and that was just one of the earlier dates, right? So, I think she might rebrand. I really hope that, you know, I know that she wanted to raise money for legal fees. I think she might use that, unfortunately, to try and rebrand, which would be very, very unfortunate. At least 4 years since she was definitely Nyai Shari's first, yeah. I mean, she's been around for a while. Absolutely, exactly. So, I really hate that, you know, I know it's a separate issue, chat, that she was SA'd, and it's really horrible that happened to her. It's just a real shame that, you know, we talked about something that really horrible that happened to her, and then now we have to talk about the same person and something so horrible that happened to you, all the support that people want to give you, you just now took all that and threw it away for lying about a bunch of stuff and doing horrible things by doxing, revenge porn. I mean, like, we wanted to support you in the past, right? For the horrible things that happened to you. But now you just do this equally horrible things to other people and you expect support. Like, yes, I know there's separate issues, but like, oh my God, you know, like, it's just horrible, Chad. It's just horrible. It's a really fucked up situation. And, you know, I know that she did deserve support for what happened before, but how could you have something like that horrible happen to you, but then think it's okay to do all these other horrible things and lie about it? Like, dude, come on. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I don't know. It feels like she tries to virtue signal a lot in a lot of these situations. And that is what makes me so sad, that there are legitimate things that deserve to be called out. But this whole thing where it started with Ad-Free and Flork and all these people was just such a nothing burger that you tried to make something. And now you have literally had a complete fucking meltdown. And now you've been, you know, outed as this horrible person. It's crazy. So if I can give you one message, chat, please go support all of the people affected by this. I think that's what I would ask that you do, is just give them love and support, guys, because I don't think that Cha-Cha is ever going to take accountability. You know, send some love to Apollo and Yomi and just everybody that has had to deal with this really horrible person. So, SVA, Ad-Free, to Flork, give Flork some love too. Really sad. Really sad. And I think in a lot of ways too, you know, I did go look through her media, because I was trying to find a picture of her thumbnail, right? And I feel like she honestly had she had a little bit of some momentum, right? Like, she was making shorts, she was putting stuff out there. Like, it's sad because I think that she would have made the right choices. Instead, she could have been a good content creator, but instead she made diabolical choices and threw it all away. And I don't know the motivation. I'll never pretend to understand why she would do this stuff to other people, but sadly, this is the reality of what it is, chat. Bad people do bad things. Yeah, it is, and it's just like, it's a cycle. Repeat. And I think that's the most depressing part about it. Really sad. So anyway, support the victims as always, chat. And, you know, I really hope that Cha-Cha does seek help. I know that she was going through a really hard time with what happened after Obkai. Obviously, she gets support for that. And I hope that she gets support for all the horrible things that she's doing to other people as well. I mean, just horrible. I mean, she can be a victim of one act, and she can also be a horrible person at the same time, chat. Those things can exist at the same time. So keep that in mind, right? I don't want to denounce what happened to her earlier this year. That's not the point of our coverage, right? Because what happened to her is valid, right? And it's a horrible thing. But at the same time, that also doesn't take away from the horrible things that she's done to other people. So both can exist simultaneously. And I want you to remember that. Yeah, right? Like, this means like Cha-Cha, like, at all? Like, oh my God. Yeah, and poor Apollo, like, holding on to this shit for so long, you know, years. Like, I know it's not my story to tell, Apollo, so, you know, we will wait if you put more out there, and not that it's required. Just know that you have my support and my chat support, our army support. You know, we're here for you. So, yeah, a horrible person can still be a victim. Absolutely. So, I think we're all disappointed. You know, this is somebody that I knew that I had talked to and offered my support about prior issues, and you know, now I'm just like, I just feel very yucky overall, you know, because I had no idea this person was a really horrible person as well. So, you know, it sucks, but support everybody that has to do with this horrible person, and that's it, you know. So that's the moral of the story, and I will keep you up to date on Sunday if there's any more to talk about this. But for now, I think we're going to leave it here. There's just not really much more to share. So That's it, chat. As far as I know, what's going on with Chachachilla. So guys, let's get into a little bit of content creator news. I do want to talk about a very crazy story that recently happened with a huge Undertale creator. Their name is Shay. Guys, I'm not familiar with Shay, I gotta be honest. I've never heard of this creator before, but I did go and check out their stuff. They do Undertale, all those games related to that as well. But unfortunately, guys, they face very serious accusations about grooming and abuse. Now, Willie here dropped a document just yesterday of a Google Docie. And this Google Docie, we're not going to read it, chat. But it is, I mean, there's so many pages in this. It almost makes the, the Cinder document look small, right? I mean, there's at least 200 pages in this particular document. I mean, we have the additional context. We have people talking about anonymous people, more victims. I mean, you can see there's so much anonymous, 12 anonymous victims, chat. Absolutely insane. So let's read what happened with this, kind of talk about it a little bit. But the document, which was released yesterday, compiles testimonies from at least 10 people, including Shay's ex-partner, Star Smiley, and others, backed by Discord, screenshots, and timelines of unwanted advances at events like SGDQ and AGDQ, plus targeting young fans. Shay, known for top speedruns and wholesome content as privated accounts, vanished online and reportedly sought help with no public response yet. Communities like speedrun.com and UTDR Discords have banned Shay, prioritizing victim safety amid fan shock and calls to support those harmed. Again, chat, this is a very beloved creator, right, chat? Kind of looking at what people were saying, this is somebody that never in a million years they would have guessed this. And this was somebody very big within the community, right? So this is definitely quite a left field, a big hit for the speedrunning and the community as well. So this is a serious situation, and people are turning this into reaction image dump. I'm disappointed as hell. Jay grew up in our community, and he's someone we all consistently rooted for from the beginning. There were issues in the beginning with the way he conducted himself in terms of being cruel, mutual friends, but I will stand definitively behind the fact that I and many others from the group were sure he outgrew that behavior and apologize to everybody he wronged. That behavior was nothing close to this, though. As his influence group, I definitely had disagreements with him on trivial matters that seem petty, but fame affects people in many different ways, especially when you're still maturing as a young adult. I'm so sad about this. We were so proud of him. Even when we didn't see eye to eye. I know you're reading this, Shay. What the fuck, man? After all this bullshit with Felix, you told me you understood what effect your actions had on the people. You let fame consume you. And I felt it a while back, which is why I distanced myself. Everyone in our community was rooting for you, man. This isn't simply apology moment time. It's really not. You can't apologize for something like this. Apologize for something like this, right, chat? I mean, this is just beyond gross. It's exactly what it is. So, I mean, Shay is a very big creator, chat. 400, a little over, close to 1 million subscribers, or a little over 400,000 subscribers. So, they've been around for quite a long time. They post videos pretty regularly, hundreds of thousands of views. People know them, right? This was a creator a lot of people wanted to support. A lot of people knew, and sadly, they've been outed as inappropriate actions with minors. Grooming, abuse, sexual harassment, SA as well, going after people. Absolutely gross. I will read a little bit of the start of this, but just to give you some ideas of it. But we're releasing this document because we feel like Shay's actions pose a present extreme safe risk to the community, such that people need to be aware and protect themselves. This document contains testimonies of events that have been taken as recently as the past week, chat. Let me say that again. The past week. We recognize the importance of timelines. We've done our best to compile this document quickly. We've chosen to prioritize the safety of the victims, such as they can process what has been done to them without the needless cruelty of forcing them to tell their stories to us, let alone in public before they were ready. So, yeah, I know a lot of people from that community are just like absolutely just like, what the fuck, you know? Sorry, just taking a sip of my drink, but again, chat, I did want to talk about this because it's certainly something that's quite big in the content creator community right now, so at least want to let you know it was going down, chat. I do also want to follow up about something pretty crazy, which is, of course, the completionist. We talked about the completionist in great detail over the past couple months. Actually, back last year, even in December. You guys remember that? We talked about the completionist back in December 2024. You guys actually just looking back on that date as well. Well, Carl Chopes did a video in response to the completionist. Actually, let me back up here. You broke up a bit. Oh, I did? I didn't hear anything on my end, but sure. Okay, so anyway, let me back up. Oh, there was a crackle. Okay. Alright. Are we good now? Are we good now? Might have been encoding error. Oh yeah, I do. I have drop frames. Okay, it was my bad. It was encoding error. Yeah, I had encoding error. Okay. So, let me back up here. So, about a year ago, the completionist was outed for charity fraud. A lot of people came down on him, most notably Carl Chopes. Made a big video about him, calling him out. Well, the completionist disappeared from the public eye for quite a while, and came back with a response. His response is really bad. There's a follow-up video about his response, and he disappeared again for quite a while. Well, chap, completionist actually released a video that we watched, where he talked about everything and said I didn't do anything wrong, you know, and I'm moving on past everything. Well, Carl Chopes dropped like a 4-hour video proving why this dude was wrong, and everything that he came back with as an apology was bullshit. Well, to add to this whole situation, chap, recent tax filings for the completionist charity show that there's still got $200,000 that have still not been donated, chat. So let me say that again. Recent tax filings for the completionist charity show that there's still over $200,000 not donated. On top of that, Carl recently proved that his charity has still not properly been updated as a legal entity in the state of California. So I know there was a lot of questioning of, was his charity still like legal? Was it registered? Well, it's not. And Carl Chopes actually proved that as well. So I think there's going to be even more to come out on this. Again, this came out just 4 hours ago, chat. So very breaking news. I will keep you up to date on what's going on with this. I think that we're ultimately probably going to talk about this. Probably next Friday. I'll let you know though. But very crazy situation, chat. Very crazy situation. Let me know what you think about it. Yeah, let me know what you think about it. Wild. Yeah, it never seems to end with this guy. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. In other news, guys, let's go take a look at some other content creator stuff. Kind of crazy here, but Playboy Max actually has become the first Twitch streamer to earn a Grammy nomination. That is pretty nuts. So, wow, absolutely incredible. Making some history out here. Very cool. I also did want to give you an update about what's going on with Disney and YouTube. As you guys know, YouTube and Disney failed to reach an agreement on ABC and ESPN stuff being featured on YouTube. There's quite a long standstill for weeks now. I mean, I think it's been about 2 or 3 weeks. Disney says it won't back down as it disputes with YouTube TV, entering a second week. I think this ultimately went on for about 3 weeks total. Luckily, though, YouTube TV announcing, we're happy to share that we've reached a deal with Disney to bring their content back to YouTube TV. Subscribers should see channels including ABC, ESPN, and FX returning to their service over the course of the day. Thank you for your patience and for being a valued member. So, I mean, I guess that's good. If you use YouTube TV, you got your Disney stuff back. However, I did want to talk about Disney, of course, has been a recent announcement. They said they will be allowing AI generated short form content onto their platform. Well, the Owl House creator, Dana Terrace, said, fuck that shit, and said, unsubscribe from Disney Plus. Pirate Owl House, I don't care. Fuck generative AI. Very base. Very, very base. Yeah, so Disney has said that they are going to announce or allow that AI generated short form content. Yeah, so the Owl House creator was like, nah, fuck that. Just pirate it. Super base. So Disney, of course, sent some hot water on that one. However, in case you missed this as well, speaking of Disney, Disney actually let the copyright for Roger Rabbit revert back to its initial author, who was Gary K. Wolf. So you will never be able to see Roger Rabbit stuff within Disney much anymore. That is a legacy. So pretty crazy. Yeah, pretty crazy. They let that lapse. I mean, I gotta see, Disney really hasn't cared about Roger Rabbit for a while, but nonetheless, pretty crazy to see this actually happen because they're normally very protective about their IP. So, in other news, guys, there is a famous guy here. Unfortunately, if you haven't heard of this guy, he likes to interrupt tons of celebrities. And his name is, I think it's Pajama. Yeah, Pajama Man. Well, Pajama Man recently ended up going after Ariana Grande. So let's take a look at what happened here. Unfortunately. And this guy has been a part of, like, I mean, he has crashed so many, like, celebrities' things before. He's, like, hopped up on stage with other people. But ultimately, he did actually get 9 days in jail for this. So I feel like that's not long enough. But you know what? At least there was some sentencing for what he did. So, but this, again, this is not the first time we've seen this guy hop up and bother celebrities, talk them, crash stuff, etc. So be careful out there, guys. Be careful. Speaking of crashing, let's talk about this cake streamer named Jackie, who actually got into a car crash on stream last night because they were driving distracted. Let's take a look.
I feel like I should pick up food, but like, oh, you know what? I can make ramen. That's fine. I'll make ramen. That'll be it. Okay, what is it again? Where's it at? Where's it at? Can you post it again? Tega Ecstasy. I just hit a...
Why are you reading your chat while driving? Why are you using a phone while driving? If the exhibits for GPS, what are you doing? Yeah, that was, I think it was Emily, right? Oh my god, guys, please do not fucking drive and be on your phone. Please. Please, dear God, chat, come on. As a personal favorite to me, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Oh my actual god, dude. Like, even already streaming and driving should be banned. I really feel that way. Maybe it's not on Kick, but it needs to be, because that is absolutely horrendous, guys. People could die. You could literally take somebody's life. People do less driving and kill people, you know? So, absolutely horrible. I had to point this out to you guys. Be careful out there. Be careful. In other news, guys, a follow-up to Emirates' home invasion. Well, turns out that the suspects are facing up to 99 years in jail. They're about to be tried. They're facing, just to start, 5 to 99 in Texas, bro. Texas does not play around. I'll tell you that. Yeah, this is the second example recently, Chris. Absolutely. So, it is looking real rough for them. Real rough for them. 99 years, chat. Don't break into people's house. I mean, they did threaten her, right? They told her to pull out her Bitcoin and stuff. Gunned her head. I mean, they kind of deserve it. So, in other news, guys, Vine is about to get the reboot. Hell yeah. Vine reboot called D-Vine has been launched. It's funded by Jack Dorsey. Includes over 100K videos from Vine's archives. Users can upload 6-second videos. AI-generated content is not allowed. Let's fucking go. Let's get some fucking celebration, dude. Hell yeah. Yes. I love Vine. Yeah, exactly. Like, she's gonna be opening up the lawsuits now. She actually fucked herself on that, so let's fucking go. We love to see it, especially no AI content. Even better. In other news, guys, Kai Cenat actually just reached 20 million followers on Twitch. Of course, he's the first to do so because he is the #1 followed person on Twitch. So, again, big congratulations to him. What a crazy number. 20 million followers, chat. I mean, that's just mind-blowing, right? In other news, Markiplier actually celebrated 5 years of Unus Lunis, which is amazing, guys, to think that it happened 5 years ago. We did a celebration stream about a week ago, about 3-hour stream, just talking about some of the stuff that happened and celebrating overall. So then I could give it a watch. I started, I haven't finished it, but I know how much this meant to a lot of people. It was really cool for him to, bring it back. A lot of people were just like, what the fuck, like, it kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah, chat, while I stretch, I do need to stretch here for a second. My joints don't feel very good. Let me ask you, what's your favorite theme park? You have a favorite theme park? Yeah, sorry guys, I just really need to get a stretch. Yo, what's up? How are you, Nunu? No, he just did a 5-year anniversary. Yeah, 5-year anniversary. Cedar Point, Six Flags, Valley Fair. I've never heard of that. What is that? Yeah, just make sure you don't release him. He was very much against that. I'm sure you know that. Yeah, I'm sure you know that. Yeah, it was just like he was just celebrating, talking about stuff. Well, chat, there's a lot of cool theme parks out there. However, let me ask you a question. Would you like to visit Mr. Beastland? Oh my gosh. So cool. What's up, Jay, right? That's right. Mr. Beast theme park, Beastland, is now officially open. Oh boy. Yay. Oh my goodness. Wahoo. I can't wait to go to Beastland. He is not going anywhere. As a cybersecurity officer, I know how to author AI policies. I mean, like, AI is a great tool, but when it starts taking away from creative things as well, like generative creativity, I think that is problematic. So, wait, you want to go to Beastland? Watch these 30 people get on the roller coaster. All 29 of them will die, but one of them will walk away with $1 million. Oh my god, imagine if it was Action Park. Imagine if it was... If you know the history of Action Park, oh my god, people just died. They would just go to that park just to die. He like launched off water slides into rocks and shit. It was literally like a fucking Death Clock concert out there. Yeah, dude, don't go to Mr. Beastland. It might actually might be a death trap for all you know. In other news, Jack Doherty has been arrested in Florida. He's been charged with possession of controlled substance and resisting arrest. You know what the best part about this is, though, chat? Because he was arrested in Florida, we're probably going to be able to get the arrest cam. Because you know how Florida is. They have the laws where they allow most of their police tapes to be released. So we'll probably actually eventually be able to watch this arrest in like a year. Isn't that crazy? So he was arrested, of course, for possession of controlled substances. I mean, this dude has just been horrible, right? But if he is actually convicted of all the counts that he's done, he will receive a maximum penalty of 7 years, chat. 7 years will be his maximum penalty. So, pretty crazy, pretty crazy. In other news, guys, this has to be one of the creepiest things I've seen in a while. I don't know if you guys know Strawberry Tabby, but a viewer actually tracked her down while seeing her post and stream and kept following her everywhere she went, chat. Very creepy. Let's take a look.
No, don't worry. No, but how? You didn't tell me you were coming to Anime Expo.
Yeah, you're asleep, guys, so you can kind of like keep an eye on it.
I thought Thursday was sold out.
It was, but I have my methods.
What?
I saw your Twitch, so I was like, oh shit.
Oh, so you're a sniper.
Yeah, sniper.
You're sniping.
But like, okay, she was nice and talked to you like, time to go, bro, time to go. Bro.
My feet really hurt. Oh my god.
Oh, feet,
Bro, time to walk away, bro. Stop being a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, maybe even a golf or like any kind of like firmish wall, you can just like roll your feet on it. That'll help out. And, yeah.
Bro, what?
Tennis
You
ball.
could. Bro, she is clearly like, please get away from me.
Maybe. Maybe that might work. I just feel like just stop walking might just help altogether.
Well, yeah. Well, massage would help too. Just speed up the healing process and whatnot. Obviously, rest, you need to rest.
Yes.
All that, but
Oh my god, that's crazy.
yeah. But
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, Rain, but you can clearly tell he's very uncomfortable with this person. So, guys, just I gotta be careful. I don't think I could ever be an IRL streamer because I think this would actually like freak me the fuck out. This would really freak me out. The first time this happened to me, I'd probably crash out. Legitimately, so very, very crazy. Now, I do want to talk about another story that happened. I don't know, Decoy, but I do want to talk about the story that happened, guys. This has been kind of going around for a while. I was kind of waiting to talk about it because I wasn't really sure what was going to happen, right? But anyway, back on October 20th, this DoorDash delivery driver went viral after she was fired from the company after claiming she was sexually assaulted while delivering food to a customer who was passed out with his pants down and the door wide open. So, as you can see, this guy was passed out right here, and she dropped off like some food to him, and she filmed the whole thing, right? So, anyway, let's take a look at the video. And ultimately, there was a final conclusion to all this. Yeah, like, why would you film that? That's so weird. Like, just yeah, they passed out. Like, what? Like,
it's like when it coming to
it's really weird.
Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why. They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't.
Oh, was it actually
So I
close? I
contacted support,
gotcha.
and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working! I was literally working!
Yeah, like, why? Again, like, why would you record the guy if he's clearly passed out? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it feels like she wanted to shame. That's kind of what I'm getting across it, but Lantern, thank you for 34 months. Anyway, let's continue.
And they deactivated me! This is related!
Yeah, don't go into their house,
just
like,
punished me
isn't
for
it
posting
trespassing?
about my sexual assault while door dashing. They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing. I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my bills. 3 days ago, October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver. Excuse me if you've already seen this. This is my third time posting this because TikTok keeps silencing me and taking my videos down and giving me strikes. So if I get one more strike, you guys, I'm just letting you know right now my account is going to be banned. So I'm going to try to word this as chill as possible to avoid getting this video striked. So on October 12th, 2025, the DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their
I mean, like, girl, like, I get it being, like, upset, but you were kind of crashing out in that first video.
front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open. Their lights were on, and they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door. with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me. I got this on video, and I'm not even going to be posting the video clip anymore because I'm pretty sure that's what's getting me the strikes. But yeah, I reported it to DoorDash, and DoorDash did ban the customer, and then 2 days later, DoorDash banned me, which doesn't seem unrelated. I appealed, and they were supposed to respond to my appeal within 7 to 10 business days. They didn't even provide me a reason for my deactivation. They're supposed to send an email. They didn't. So I contacted support, and they told me to continue with my appeal without knowing a reason why. There's an option to select, don't know why I was deactivated, and then you still have to explain yourself. So I did. And within 12 hours afterward, they had already denied my appeal. So I'm really never getting my DoorDash account back. DoorDash deactivated me. DoorDash punished me for exposing my assaulter, and TikTok is currently punishing me for exposing my story time.
Yeah, I think the biggest part of this is just like, why are you recording somebody like that? You know, like that really is the biggest part of it. Why are you recording it? Like, yeah, obviously that guy was like drunk and you know, exposed, but like, again, why are you recording it?
This is the only justice
that's my
I get, because I
biggest
also
question about
reported
it,
to
you
the
know?
police, and the police are doing nothing. So, hey guys, it's been a minute. A whole 24 hours, I know. But I have an update as of October 16th, 2025.
It posted online.
I just want to thank everybody for the overwhelming support and allyship that you've shown.
There's actually... So I think people were supporting her until they like found out what actually happened. If I recall correctly.
So validated and seen and heard, and that's really helping me through this tough time. So I just
I think it'd just be indecent exposure, right?
Hey,
what's up, Ozzy? How are you?
So the
What's up,
update is
Zipper?
last night I was made aware. A bunch of people started commenting on my pages that DoorDash made a public statement about me on their TikTok story and on their most recent Instagram post in the comment section. And I'm not going to speak too much further on details, but what I am going to say is I and the entire
was in
rest
his
of the
home,
world
that's
found
true.
out why I lost my job at the exact same time. I didn't find out before you guys.
Yeah, but why did
I'm
she
just letting
post
you know
it?
this right now.
Why did she post it publicly? You know what I mean?
The people that saw their public statements and made me aware that they made those public statements knew why I lost my job before I did. Because I went and I checked my email once I was made aware that they made those public statements, and they sent me the deactivation email around the same time they released the public statements, like literally within the same hour. So they sent me my deactivation email explaining my reason for being deactivated a whole 24 hours after they deactivated me, and a whole 24 hours
Yeah, she kind of just incriminates herself by posting those videos. Like, I mean, like, I guess I could see maybe you would film to protect yourself, right? But like, why would you post it online for everybody to see? That makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, if there was an actual like concern and you talk to your employer, okay, maybe, but number one, I don't even think that's actually what ended up happening. Like, and number two, like, why would you post that on social media?
I already submitted my appeal, and about 12 hours after they had already denied my appeal, they finally sent me the email explaining why they fired me. So I and the rest of the world, we all found out why I lost my job together. That's the update.
So apparently she did push this door open a little bit. So it wasn't actually fully open like that, right? It was cracked open and she pushed it open and entered the home, right? So DoorDash delivery girl has been arrested on 2 felony charges after a recording man passed out with his pants down in his home and posting on TikTok doing food delivery. She's being charged with unlawful surveillance and dissemination of surveillance images. Damn, dude. 2 fucking felonies. It's just a guy had a security camera that what showed he did not call her in. If I'm correct, even her order said to just leave it in front door, right? It was cracked, so she kind of went in, right, and then took the stuff. So again, like I said, it wasn't even really the full story of what happened, what she said. And on top of that, why would you post that publicly? So she absolutely got cooked. Absolutely got cooked. I was kind of sitting on this because I heard about it, but I was like, I don't want to speak about it yet because I just wasn't really sure, but absolutely cooked on that one. So call it Thanksgiving chat. Good Lord. In other news, we got to talk about more stupid TikTokers. And as these TikTokers who created the bread sniping challenge. Yes, the bread sniping challenge is Yeah, like just leave it. She wasn't even supposed to come in anyway. So, so people are doing the bread sniping challenge. And these people, of course, joined this challenge. Think it's hilarious to toss bags of bread at people from across the aisles. What's worse, idiots in the comments encouraging them to start throwing jugs of milk. So anyway, let's go take a look at what people are doing with this. Literally throwing bread. Why? You have nothing better to do with your life. What? Who thought this is a good idea, dude? Who thought this is a good idea?
You say you throw blood at crib. What? Man, I'm here.
I'm doing good, bro.
Please delete this challenge from all of humanity, please. Yeah, can we please delete this from all of humanity? Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, she should have, like, when you're like a food delivery person, even if a door is like cracked, why would you enter the house? Like, that's crazy. So, anyway, chat. Sorry, I went from one topic to the other. Yeah, please, can we just erase this from humanity? Like, why are people doing this, man? I don't understand people. In other news, the Streamer Award nominees have been revealed. You probably see most of these, right? But, you know, if you want to look at all the nominations, here we go. We did talk about some of these, but here are all of them. I'm going to slow scroll. I'm not going to read all these out, but definitely some well-deserved people on here as well. However, of course, chat, when we do look at the Streamer Awards, there is always quite a bit of controversy surrounding. I love that Boger got on Best Marvel Rival Streamer. There's always a lot of controversy, right, when it comes to these particular events, right? We talked about all the VTubers that were part of the awards the other day, right? So every year, there was always some kind of controversy surrounding the Streamer Awards. Well, I want to tell you about the most recent one here. This is QT Cinderella. Unfortunately, Jason was actually nominated, right, for an award. However, they used some really old clips of him with some girl that he's not even with, and he was kind of upset about it. They just kind of pulled whatever clips, right? So anyway, let's go take a look here, because this is why some of the streamers are upset. They're like, look, you didn't even like ask us for clips that we could have used. You just kind of pulled whatever. So anyway, let's go take a look at the drama.
One clip. You know what? Maybe he shouldn't have got a fucking nomination then. Why? Don't support my fucking show then. Don't vote for him. Like, I don't. We're doing our best over here. We're genuinely doing our best. We are doing our best.
Maybe this is a hot take, but I feel like if you were hosting an event, right? If you were running an award show, I feel like you have to do everything possible to make it the best possible. So putting that blame back on somebody else doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Like, we understand you're doing your best, but also, why did you not just acknowledge, like, yeah, you know, we could have actually done better with some of these clips, right? Or reached out. So he's been like, oh, you don't deserve the award anymore. Like, that's taken away from other people's accomplishments. Like, remember, you put them there anyway. So it just feels like a really weird statement.
You guys are so fucking mad. Just like, I had a team working for the last 24 hours straight, getting these clips, and one clip was bad. One clip was bad. One. Because my whole team of clippers who had 24 hours to grab the clips did not know what all of Jason's relationships were in the past. Like, I can't, like...
Just chatting streamer are. Jason the Ween.
Careful.
Oh my god!
Eat it! Eat it!
Okay, open your fucking mouth.
I'm sorry.
It's a little awkward for Jason because, you know, those clips are, like, really old. And he's not even, like, in a relationship with those people. I don't think he, like, talks to those other people anymore. So it's just kind of like, it's not a good representation of him, right? Because that's not who he hangs out with or he's even with. So it's kind of like, you could have done better about that, right? So I think it's just literally like, your Clippers got some bad clips. Just take your responsibility. Like, why are you so just like trying to keep dismissing it? Yeah, like I agree too. Like, why take old clips? Like, I feel like you should have notified the actual like recipients, and they could have picked what they wanted.
I can't have an expert
Yeah, I don't
from
know who's
every
in charge of
community
it.
come and give me the clips, because then you guys would know the nominations. Like, oh my god, I'm not getting fucking hate threads on fucking Jason's community posts. That's like his Twitter com shitting on me. Like, Jesus Christ.
Look, at the end of the day, messing up a clip thing is not the end of the world, right, chat? Like, getting an old clip when you should have got something newer, that's not the end of the world, right? That's a very small mistake. But when you react to it this way, it's just kind of like, girl, like, come on. You gotta understand why they were upset about it, and then just be like, yeah, it's a small fuck up, no big deal, like, we'll make it right, and I'm sorry, and that's it, you know? So, like, why are you just, like, being so, I don't know, defensive about it? Like, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme. Like, yeah, Jason and his fans might be a little upset, but just be like, yeah, dude, I fucked up. That's it.
I know, I can't crash out, but it's just like, really? Really? Why are you explaining to us rather than talk to Jason? I have talked to Jason! Jason's not the one that's mad! It's you fucking freaks that are mad for him!
Yeah, you're crashing out now. You crossed the line.
Jesus Christ. Like, genuinely.
As somebody in the content creator space, right, you do have to realize that, sadly, if you fuck up and you try to fix it, right, there's still gonna be people that are just gonna be mean about it. Like, as big of a creator as she is, she needs to understand the fact that people are gonna do that, right? People are just gonna be angry, whatever. You could have the best awards in the world, and people are gonna be mad about something. Like, I'm very surprised you're crashing out about this. And calling her community,
so
or their community
frustrating.
freaks, sorry.
Oh my god. You picked one of my favorite pics of me with my eyes closed leaning against the wall. I believe that you are all trying to portray us at our best. Thank you. I just love puzzles. God, I'm doing my fucking best over here. And the store didn't even have Cheerios. I'm just so tired.
Yeah, like, I know for a fact, every year there's always a problem with the streamer awards, right? So it's not like she can't handle the heat of it, right? And I get, like, crashing out and having bad moments. I 100% understand that. But, like, this is your award show. Like, you need to be more open to the fact that that's gonna happen, right? Like, take it in stride.
Okay. Now.
Yeah,
we're gonna
like,
do our
she's
real
actually
job.
stressing herself and crashing out
Which
way
is playing
too
fucking
hard.
video games for a living. Because the
I just really feel like she did not need to go all this way with this, you know? It's just like, it happens, you know? It's such a small deal about the clip thing. Like, yes, there's gonna be hateful people, but sadly, that's just the world.
When I'm getting off of the ship for it.
He doesn't
isn't even my
deserve it,
fucking
but...
job. God. So tired. I just want to play Dispatch so bad, and I haven't had any time because I'm working on this stupid fucking award show.
I mean, girl, it is your award show. Like, I'm sorry, but you're running the award show. You can't really be upset about not being able to do something when you put work on your plate.
I'm so tired of crying. I'm 30, by the way.
Yeah, you put that work on your plate, you know? So, like, you gotta deal with that.
God. Thanks for the raid. I'm sorry. It's so embarrassing. It's been a long day. Thank you. I just love puzzles. It's very sweet. I just want to call my freaking mom. This sucks. I hate everything. I'm just gonna play video games.
I'm not crying for you anymore, Chad already told you. So, I just feel like this was a little too much around everything around, obviously, the streamer awards, right? But, you know, Asmongold pretty upset about the whole streamer awards in general, right? So, you know, he's going on to say, like, yeah, you know, the nominations of voting aren't even legitimate. He says the nominees are chosen to make the event brand friendly rather than truly based on fan votes. Now, I don't know how true that is, but I will say I think some of it is probably a little rigged. I just assume that about every award show. I think that's probably true to a degree, but anyway, let's see what he has to say about it. I would say to a degree it is. How much? I don't know. Anyway, let's see.
It is always funny. Audiences will complain every year that they weren't nominated and then like not do nominations on stream or not tweet about it or not like ask their audience to vote for them or nothing. They'll give nothing. They give nothing, you know? It's like you gotta. You do have to log in with a Twitch account and you have to fill it out, which I know some people's viewers don't have.
She's trying to insinuate that they're view botting.
I won't say the quiet part out loud.
It's clearly what she's doing.
Somebody said,
yeah, she's trying to insinuate they're view botters. So here's the thing. You're lying. You know you're lying. Everybody knows you're lying. If you are not lying, I think this is what my assertion is. I think that you have exercised editorial control and you have picked the nominees not completely from fan voting, but from your own opinions and to keep the show brand friendly.
So, like, I don't know if I take this as, like, Osmond is, like, butthurt about not getting voted. I don't really think that's the case. I don't sense that energy. I think it's more, like, Osmond's pointing out that, like, yeah, this isn't exactly 100% kosher. And I think we all know this. I hate to tell you this, guys, but it's kind of like Santa's not real. I don't think all award shows are 100% actually fan voted and everybody votes for everything and it's 100% done that way. I mean, I'm sorry to tell you, but yeah, it's kind of like breaking the Santa isn't real bond, you know?
I think that the priority for the show is to make sure that the show gets as many viewers as possible and maintains as many sponsors as possible. I think that's what happened. And I am willing to bet $100,000 on it. Invite me next year to watch the voting. And if the people that get voted on actually are the ones that get nominated, I will donate $100,000 to the charity of your choice. That is how certain I am that you're lying. Go ahead. So we'll see what happens. Surely they would take it up. Surely they would take it up with me, right? Of course. And I think it's so obvious. It's so obvious they're lying. Like, anybody could tell this. Anybody could know this. And I mean, you'll be watching. They won't do it. Of course, right? And then you'd have the actual nominees. That's my whole point. And so, yeah, it could be a million. So it wouldn't happen. Well, and again, maybe they'll take me up on it. Maybe they'll, you know, like kind of, oh, never mind towards the end, right? And but yeah, that's what I'm saying. By the way, the charity.
I mean, like, I'm not a big Asmongold fan. You guys know this, right? But I mean, I think he's got a decent point here that if the basis of your awards is based off like fan voting and stuff like that as well, I think that you have to be as true as possible to that original intention, right? You gotta be like, okay, look, this is what I stand for. Are you gonna support that? And if you don't, then you're kind of losing the original meaning of what you set out to do, right? So, I mean, if he wants to do that in his own award show, that's fine. You know, this is QT Cinderella's show. She can do whatever the fuck she wants, really, at the end of the day, right? It's her award show. I just think, like, transparency with stuff like that is better. And when you don't get it, it's just kind of like, you know, it's a little disappointing.
She chose is my cash out
it.
or whatever she wants, right? Yeah, yeah, 100K to any charity you want. If you think that if I get to watch the voting happen, if you give me back-end access to the voting and I can watch the number go up, and then you can tell me that the nominations were completely organic, I think it's not true. I think you're lying. I do. Sorry. And it's like, and there's a lot of these, like, for example, like, and here's some of the reasons why I think it's not true. It's that you have somebody like Hassan. Hassan has been nominated every single year for multiple awards, multiple times.
Yeah, the response was not good by her at all.
He wasn't even nominated for League of Their Own, which really, Hassan is one of the only people on the platform that does political content. And he was one.
I really feel like Hassan needs to be on the category of League of Their Own that should be banned. Like, I'm not a Hassan fan. The more I've listened to his stuff, nah, dude. But I mean, like, this is an extreme example by Asmongold, right? Like, I feel like he probably could have picked a much softer example.
One of the first people besides Destiny that really made it his primary content. And you're telling me that he didn't even get nominated for that? He didn't get nominated for that, the League of Their Own?
Yeah, what's
there
up,
was
Passive Gold
nothing that he
Flips?
got nominated for at all? Are you going to insinuate that Hassan was viewbotting too? This is your friend. So very clearly you're not going to do that. So explain the dissonance there. Explain why that didn't happen. And you also have all these other streamers, like, oh, well, we're not going to put people in multiple categories from last year and now you're doing it. I just don't believe it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly.
And that's it.
I mean, it would have been for QT, absolutely, but that's clearly not the case, right? So this is what's going on with the streamer awards this year, chat. Again, there's already, for me, there's already like a suspension of disbelief when it comes to the streamer awards anyway, but I think that some people are wanting to call out some of those things. So, and I don't think that's wrong. I just wish there was a bit more transparency. So that's it. How do y'all feel about it? Yeah, what's your thoughts about it? In other news, guys, speaking of awards, this looked like that Speed has actually won an award of his own. He actually won the Streamer of the Year award at the 2025 Esports Award. Not even surprised by this. I mean, he has been killing it all year long. So big congratulations to him on that one. Absolutely incredible. Hey guys, I do want to talk for a second here about what's going on with Twitch, because Twitch is actually, I can't believe I'm about to say this, actually did some W's. That is right. Twitch actually got a few W's out here, chat. So let's talk about it. So first up, Twitch did tweet this out a while ago. Then we wanted to follow up with a post we recently made about a security incident at TwitchCon San Diego. As many of you know, the 2025 TwitchCon San Diego event, at that event, one of our valued creators, Imaru, was assaulted by an attendee during a meet and greet event. Although Twitch works very hard to keep TwitchCon attendees safe and to prevent incidents like this from happening, we failed to do both things in this case, to keep Imaru safe and to prevent the assault from happening. We deeply regret the distress we caused Imaru, our other creators, and the entire community. In recognition of Imaru's advocacy, Twitch will be making a donation to support nonprofit organizations working to prevent sexual violence. More details on that to follow. So, of course, our community noted talking about how they lied about stuff. Twitch has lied on several occasions regarding the incident, letting the assailant go after the attack and withholding evidence from the authorities. This is incompetence. Dan Clancy called Imaru a friend by going on to victim blamer and was out partying during all this, which is all true. We did look at all of this stuff as well, chat. So now Dan Clancy goes on to make a personal note on top of this. Twitch failed in our response to the assault of Imaru and the 2025 TwitchCon San Diego. In particular, I failed to communicate clearly in talking about the incident afterwards during the interview. So, like, at least they're acknowledging they fucked up and have the insight to acknowledge that they fucked up. I'll give them that. At least I'll give them that. The rest of it, though, is pretty egregious. I do not believe and in no way intend to suggest that Imaru had any responsibility whatsoever for the incident at TwitchCon. I have a great deal of empathy for what creators such as Imaru had to deal with every day. I was trying to express that, and I did that poorly. I'm so sorry that I let you down, Imaru. I'm so sorry Twitch let you down. We appreciate all you've done for over the years on Twitch, and we are committed to continuing to improve our TwitchCon security processes and communication so that we can show up better for you and all of our other creators moving forward. So ultimately, chat, Imaru did ask for a list of things to be done. The donation was via Twitch to prevent violence and protection. So Imaru announces a $100,000 donation via Twitch to violence protection charity after recommendation. So she said she wanted a public resolution. And Twitch agreed to everything on her list. So let's listen.
Sorry, I've been streaming a while. I feel so awkward.
What's up, Captain? How are you?
A lot of different things, but I didn't really want to drag it out. And I also wanted there to be some kind of like public resolution since it was a public issue. And then if you take things to court, they tend to become private. And I was like, that's not really what I want to do.
Violence protection.
So, I basically asked them for a list of things, and they agreed to all of them. And I think you guys probably saw some of the tweets that they made. And they mentioned it in one of the tweets, but one of the things that I asked for that was like important to me was I asked if they would do a $100,000 donation to a violence protection charity, and they said yes. So they're probably gonna do that in about a month, and they'll post about that when they do that. So that was like.
Well, I mean, here's what I will say. Obviously, the stuff that they did at TwitchCon was horrible. They've been called out for it. They are at least minimally, I will say this, in Twitch's favor, they are showing insight that they actually are listening and actioning a little bit of introspection, but also doing something like this, I think, does help a bit. Now, does this solve everything? Absolutely fucking not, right? This is a very, classic, big company move. I will just donate to charity. All our problems are gone. Nah, that's never going to be the case. But I think that it's a solid step. You know what I mean? It's better than what I expected. And I didn't expect shit, by the way. So I think it's a little bit more than the bare minimum. I will at least acknowledge that, okay, yeah, you did at least do that. It's one step up. It's not much of a step, but it's a step up. So I will say it's a positive at least. I'll give them that, right? So I do also want to let you know about some changes coming to Twitch. So and Twitch is officially releasing age verification. In the UK, users will need to verify their age using in-app facial scans. Otherwise, they will lose access to watching mature content based on content classification labels. Guys, this is really more to do with UK law. I don't really think Twitch had much of a choice in that call, but it is getting rolled out. So I know for a lot of people in their privacy, they're very concerned about that. I know some people are excited that, there'll maybe be less youngins on the platform, but I'm not going to go into the conversation about the censorship stuff. What I do want to let you know, though, is Twitch is to be banned for anybody under 16 in Australia starting December 10th. Now this, I fucking like this. I like this. Other sites set to be restricted include YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, Reddit, Kick, and Snapchat. I like this, yes. This is good. This is a win. Me likey this. Less kiddos, and something that should be adult anyway. We likey this. We likey this. Yeah, this is a whole can of worms. We've already talked about privacy and stuff like that. I'm not gonna get back into that, but I think this is a big W. So, oh yeah, maybe the US can follow in line with this because I enjoy that. In other news, guys, speaking of Twitch, we also got to talk about their head of marketing, who, while they're leaving the company, chat, coming from Rachel Delphine, says after 7+ years, with Twitch, I made a tough decision to say goodbye to pursue a new opportunity. I'm finishing up the end of this month, and we're taking a beat to recharge before starting something new early in 2026. So, I mean, again, this is the chief marketing officer, chat. We did hear they were going to leave. Well, we did get that confirmation. So, I mean, you certainly didn't market anything very well at TwitchCon, right? So, when I started, the most common response to sharing where I work at Twitch was, "What's that?" Today, people tell me how cool that must be. And it is, and often how much the service means to them. Being a part of that shift from explaining what we are and do to being part of something people genuinely love and recognize has been an incredible privilege and a whole lot of fun. I got to build and lead a team of brilliant marketers. Yeah, sure. A team of AI. I mean, sorry, brilliant marketers. Sorry, I didn't say AI. Communication pros who showed up every day to advocate for our company and each other, to help bring people to Twitch, create opportunities for creators worldwide. By letting them get assaulted at TwitchCon. That's a great opportunity. And build spaces where millions find acceptance and belonging. Like the acceptance of all those gifts that you threw away. Oh yeah, those. Sorry, belonging, right? or like lack of belonging since you threw away everybody's gifts. But hey, you know, that's just me. That's the kind of work that makes you feel lucky to be a part of. You know, like the VTubers that never got their gifts. I'm leaving with a lot of gratitude to the Twitch exec team for putting their trust in me and the wonderful team for my wonderful team for being not just excellent at what they do, but genuinely great humans. AI humans, thank you. It's been a wild ride. See you in chat. Look, okay, I know that she's leaving, right? And yes, I know that I'm throwing shade at Twitch. I know they've done some positive things. And yes, I know there are people, I'm being facetious, by the way, so please don't take a lot of what I said seriously, but what I'm saying is that when your chief marketing officer is leaving and it's around a bunch of drama and stuff like that, it's kind of not a good look, chat. It doesn't bode very well. On top of that, I just genuinely think that Twitch has moved a lot of their actual staff away. They've been replacing a lot with AI. As much as I've held out hope for Twitch to do positive, I just never have seen the actions behind it. And I'm hoping, chat, in my very, very deep beneath, the deepest part of my heart, I'm hoping that Twitch does well, but I'm just not going to hold my breath anymore, you know? I did for a while. I was a believer. I drank the Kool-Aid, and sadly, it's just, I don't know. There's a job opening for, yeah, I mean, I assume they're going to fill it, right? Like, that's too much of a position. That's not an AI replaceable position, right? So, that's not what I was insinuating. I'm just saying that, you know, they replace a lot of other jobs with AI, and then we have this, you know, we have the recent drama. It's just like, yeah, it's just not looking very good for Twitch overall right now, in my opinion. So, I will wait, though. I will hope that we do get better news in the future. So, at least they did something positive in a relation with Imru right there. So, that was good. In other news, Twitch is now changing how it counts flip views. So, it's removing inflated views from tech issues and bots, better tracking across devices, and counting stories and clip views. So, I think that's fine. I don't think too many people are worried about this. We're more worried about one thing, chat. Stay with me. What is the one thing that every creator on Twitch is worried about right now? Oh, even the frog guy they did, really? Well, that is right, chat. We've been wanting to know about the lurkers, about the view count. Well, it was a meeting they had the other day. So Twitch's chief product officer, Mikey Minty, addressed the community regarding the ongoing discussion about counting lurkers. So anyway, let's take a listen because I feel like this is pretty big deal, chat. Pretty big deal.
Back in July, we said we were taking some.
Their name is Mike Minton, not Mikey Minty.
Steps to mitigate the impact of view bots. We think view bots are bad for the community and harmful. And as a consequence, we made some changes in the back end that was, again, mitigating the impact of view bots. Now, to be clear, that's not a one and done. That's an ongoing effort. We monitor what happens.
And this I understand, right? As a dumb girl that can barely fucking run my own technology, I cannot imagine this type of rollout, how big it must be, right? So I understand, yeah, there's going to be some hiccups. There's going to be some blips. You know, I get that, right? I 100% understand. But why can't you just be transparent about what's going on the entire time? Why do we have to guess and pry and beg for information? Just fucking tell us that up front.
Continue to make adjustments. Of course, the bad actors evolve. Viewbotting is an extremely lucrative activity, so people are going to continue to pursue it. Now, within that, Dan, myself, and our chief technical officer, we have regular conversations on what's happening and what the impact is. We hear your feedback. We hear, the misconceptions that are out there, and
they can be transparent. You know what's crazy, P. Falcon? It's almost like not this TwitchCon, but the last one. One of their main points of contingency was, it starts with a T. What was that word? It's not titty. Oh yeah, fucking transparency! And we still haven't got it. Not even from the last TwitchCon, but the TwitchCon before that. That's the one thing that we all want, dude, and they just cannot fucking give it to us. They keep dangling the carrot in our face, man. It's not hard, just communicate. Oh my god.
one of the biggest ones, which I'll just hit head on, is we don't count lurkers. And I see this on the internet every single day. We made an announcement this morning about a change in clip count. Of course, 47 of the 51st responses are, well, why don't you start counting lurkers again? Well, let's be clear. Dan and I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what, we're really going to screw the community over. We're going to stop counting lurkers. That's what we're going to do today. No?
It's not that you guys intentionally meant to do it, right? We understand that. There's nobody out there except maybe there's one or two people, but nobody out there is looking at you guys and going, oh, you purposely did this. We know you didn't purposely do it. But you never took ownership that it was affecting us, and you never took ownership that, oh my God, this is wrong and affecting people, but we're not going to be very upfront with the community. We wanted it fixed. We're not worried about you guys being malicious towards us. You guys fucked up and then tried to throw it under the rug. That's what we're upset about. If something is in the process of adjusting, just say that, hey guys, we're working on this. We're doing our best. I know that right now, the viewership looks down. That's because our system is not reading stuff properly. We're doing our best to make sure this happens. It's going to be an ongoing thing, right? But you can't even do that.
I'm not, I'm using that as an extreme case to say that is absolutely not what we did. Now, people believe that we don't count lurkers. And so then we need to get to, why do people believe that? And there's a series of things that go into why people may think we stopped counting lurkers. One is in and around an ad break, view count fluctuates. And there's an example, I think, that went around where a streamer came out of an ad break and said, hey, lurkers, say something in chat, and their view count went up. Well, at that time, the impact of view blockers actually caused view counts to go down during an ad break. That was the behavior at that particular moment in time.
Why are we just now being told this rather than scrambling around trying to find out the truth of what's going on? How long would it have taken your chief communication officer to put out a tweet or instruct for a tweet to happen? You could have told us this a month and a half ago. But why are you not telling us this? Why are you not keeping us updated on the tech side? Where is the transparency? Where is it? I mean, yeah, we knew that, but we just guessed that. But why are we having to guess in the first place? We should not have to guess any of this shit.
And as I said, these situations evolve. We made some changes to mitigate the impact of ad block, which actually now today causes the inverse to happen. When ad breaks run, sometimes view count now goes up, which now, again, if you're a streamer and you're seeing these numbers bouncing around, you're like, wow, this doesn't make any sense. What is Twitch doing? Clearly, they don't know how to count people. And as a consequence, it might lead you to believe that we don't count lurkers, which is not actually what's going on. It's the impact of ad block and the complexity of counting live view counts across hundreds of thousands of channels. Let's say.
And dude, I get that. You have a difficult job. 100% understand that. Your job is to execute, right? So why are you, as a person who is executing this, why are you not putting more pressure on the side of communication, right? If this is your thing, right, and your baby, and you constantly see people, coming down on it, right, and punching on it, beating it up, why is your first action as a professional not to go to the communication side and say, hey, this is what I'm working on, this is what I'm doing, this is my baby, right? Why are you and your team not communicating this properly to the public? Because everybody's looking at my hard work and says it sucks, when it doesn't actually. It's just your failure to communicate. So where is his accountability as a professional to put that pressure on the communication side to deliver the message for his stuff in his creation, right?
Same time.
And maybe there is. I don't know. Maybe there actually is him coming down on those people, right? But either way, the communication side of it has failed miserably.
Those two things are not related. The lurker logic, as it's existed since any of us have been here, and I've been here nearly 10 years now, this has not changed. We count a certain number of views from a single device. We haven't said exactly what that number is. We've said things like more than a handful, more than someone could reasonably engage in a number of channels at the same time. And
I hope so.
if you, let's say, for example,
I hope so.
you had 20
desperately.
streams open on your browser, you're clearly not engaged in those 20 streams. And we're not going to count those as a view in every single one of those streams. We are counting what we believe to be active engaged viewers. There is a limit, and then we stop counting. That has not changed. This has not changed recently. This has not been a reversal to where we've gone out and said, you know what? Those lurkers, we're not counting them anymore.
So he says active and engaging viewers, right? What is that? Can you define that? It's not that hard, actually. Like, can you define what changes it from a 0 to a 1 or vice versa, right? Because it's all coding, right? So what do you view as an engaging viewer? And tell us that. That's all we want to know. How can we change the 0 to a 1 and vice versa?
It's not changed. It's the same as it has always been as it relates to it. The view count.
Oh, active
doesn't have
tab. Okay,
any
gotcha.
knowledge of whether you're chatting or not. Doesn't care. Doesn't know. We're focused on live views from a device that we can trust, etc. The other, talked about ad block causes it to mitigate lurkers, and then the third one is the difference between the community list. So if you go in chat, you click on community, there's a list of community members in there. They don't line up with the view count all the time. There could be more, there could be less. You can be
you're still
connected to
counted,
chat,
Liam.
and you may not
Yeah,
be
you're
counted
good,
as
you're
a
good.
viewer because you may have, as I said, 20 tabs open, and those don't count. So sorry, just to sum it up here, I appreciate everybody is very, very anxious about the view counts. I know it's one of the most important things that streamers look at in terms of trying to understand, are they growing?
What's also what sponsors look at that we give to them to get sponsors, it's like when our view count gets some type of adjustment because of the platform, right? And that's something that we can do that's out of our control. A lot of times sponsors and people we work with look at that number for qualification. So it's a big deal for it to be affected, right?
Are they getting bigger? Are they more successful, etc.? We care a lot about view counts too. There's a lot of things that go into, behind the scenes and getting accurate view counts. It's constantly audited. We're making adjustments. We're going to continue to make adjustments.
And I agree with that, Captain. That's a fair point, right? Somebody could defeat that with a bot or whatever, but I feel like you can give some type of information to indicate what are some of the minimums in an open and gray way, right? And I feel like we don't even get that.
We want you to feel good about the view counts. Just also consider there's many other factors that are out of your control. Seasonality. People go back to school. I've mentioned this before. There's a lot.
True.
There's a lot here.
I am going to say this really quick though to dispel any miscommunication or misunderstanding. Yes, that stuff is true, seasonality and all that, but at the same time, you need to remember that certainly did not wholeheartedly attribute to the changes that we saw. They owned a large part of that.
We're working on it. We'll continue to refine it. The other thing I should have mentioned earlier too is one thing that we noticed has happened in the community is a growing usage of a browser extension that automatically opens a live tab when somebody comes online.
Have you ever seen that one where it shows the view count? There's a little parentheses in red. That's the one he's talking about. So like it shows like one number, then it shows a different number. That's the extension he's referring to.
A live up comes live. And this particular extension is actually quite harmful because it's going to result in more people having more live viewers open from a device than we're going to count. So I just be, what I think I would encourage people to do is if you're engaged in live in a channel, then, use that as focus on that versus this idea that you're somehow helping a streamer by having as many windows open as possible, because you're actually not. While you're helping a streamer is by actually engaging actively in these streams and paying attention to what's going on. Now, we're counting more than one, to be clear. And I know there's very common behaviors where people modding or, just consuming in multiple things. Live streaming isn't always interesting all the time. So
I'm gonna finish the clip before I say what I gotta say.
Sometimes you may want to hop around to different channels as things are going on. So certainly appreciate that behavior.
I don't like how they're almost forcing people to behaviorally act one way to support their streamer, right? Like, oh, you got to be engaged, right? You got to be paying attention to what's going on. Well, lots of people love to lurk, right? I know lots of my viewers love to lurk and just listen to the news, right? That not everybody wants to engage. So you are discouraging a certain type of behavior that some people just don't want to be a part of, right? I really just, I think that they're pushing people towards one direction that not everybody wants to be a part of, right? He's talking about a different one. Basically, you log into it, but the channel you follow starts and open the stream sometime, the extension itself. Okay, I thought you were talking about the viewership one. That's what I took. So, you can't say you have to be actively engaged while also seeing lurkers count. That's the point of being a lurker. You don't actively type in while only having the one stream open. I suspect what he means by engaged lurker is someone who listens, watches passively versus lurker who is AFK and not actually paying attention to the stream itself. I mean, like,
back in July,
how would anybody know that difference though? You know what I mean? Like as a computer, right? Like if it's just on in the background, it's just on, whether somebody is not talking or and doing something else, or you know, listening to what you're doing and looking at their phone or something, right? It's still all the same. So I mean, I'm sure there's a little bit more to it than even I understand, but I just think that overall that Twitch is pushing people into the wrong direction for how people want to act, or now you have to act a certain way if you want to support, and I think that is inherently wrong. Not everybody wants to be constantly engaged. It's like podcasts, right? Like people put podcasts on the background all the time because they just want to listen. So I don't really understand this mentality. He shouldn't be the one that is explaining. Yeah, I agree, exactly. Or Dan or somebody else, you know. So yes, me, I lurker, exactly. So I mean, and if he misspoke, it's okay, right? He can clarify, but I just think a lot of what is said isn't really like in tune with a lot of the community and a lot of the culture that Twitch is part of, right? That a lot of people come to Twitch for. So I don't know, man. As much as I'm glad that we got some addressment of stuff, why didn't we get this to begin with? You know what I mean? Why didn't we get this to begin with? He didn't mean engage is probably the worst word. He clarified he meant the active. Oh, okay, active tab window. Gotcha. Even still, like, that doesn't. We can put that up on the shelf. That particular point, right? It's just, why are we getting this message now? Why were we not told about it when it was an issue? You know, now we have to wait a month and a half to finally get a confirmation about a viral clip, right? Like you are part of a company that should be able to disseminate information down to the basic public very, very quickly, right? You have that ability, actually. You have very large social media. You can do that. You have the answers, right? You're a small team. At the end of the day, Twitch's team is not that big. You have a small team. You can get this approval through. You can make it happen. Not making excuses and communicate, right? I don't even think they make excuses. They just don't communicate. And that is the biggest problem for me with Twitch. It's just communication. It's always transparency and communication. That's what we need more of. If you want to go on and say, here's the systems and this and that, well, I'm super down for that. That's awesome. But again, for you as a professional, right, Mike? If you are seeing that your system if your system is your baby, right? It's your hard work. You're putting it out there, right? And people are there's misconceptions around your stuff. It is either up to communication to right that wrong and inform people what is correct, or for you to do it, right? Or to change the system so there isn't that misconception. But the messaging has to be there, and it's not. That's it. And I feel really bad because I know a lot of people are working really hard. I get it, guys. I know that we have ambassadors and Twitch partners and, you know, the Twitch Creator Club and people like Lala that are working their asses off in the background. And it hurts my heart to see them work so hard and pretty much all of their efforts just feel like a waste. With the stuff that happened at TwitchCon, with this stuff as well, where we're just getting late communication, it's like, it sucks because we want to be believers, right? I want to be a believer. I want to drink the Kool-Aid. I want Twitch to be successful. Please understand, chat. I want them to be successful. I'm begging for them to be successful. I want them to. I genuinely hope for that because if they're successful, I'm more successful. But they constantly take steps where I just can't in good faith support that. And that sucks because I really want them to succeed. But they just keep shooting themselves in the foot, or they just keep coming up with some of the worst messaging I've ever seen in certain things. It's just, it's wild. It's wild. So, and they definitely are biased, right? Especially towards VTubers. We can prove this with the amount of bans and things like that they do. It is very, it's not equal, right? We're also getting banned for reasons that they're not transparent about. There's no alternatives. There's no backups. There's no warnings. If there's a warning, there's never a follow-up on why. If there's actual action, we never get an appeal. It's instantly rejected. You're running an AI system that is not friendly. It's not quick. It's not actionable. So there's just so many things that add up for Twitch that it's just like, it's just a headache, bro. We just want a good place to stream that we feel like we're supported, but every action goes against that all the time. I feel like that's my core problem with Twitch. You say you're here to support us. If that's the case, communicate. Be transparent, that's it. That's all I want, bro. Just tell me what the fuck's going on. I'm sorry, I went on a rant. But I feel so strongly about Twitch and the things that they should be doing to make the experience better for everybody and to make the experience, just make the experience possible for people to actually enjoy. And I feel like we just don't get that. That is my biggest problem. I really want to see Twitch actually support their streamers. That's it. I'm not gonna get ice cream, bro. I'm not getting ice cream. I ain't getting no ice cream, so I'm a love. So I'm gonna call it here. Thank you so much. I got through everything I wanted to today, so that was the good thing. So we will cover a little bit of gaming news next Friday. I'll let you know. So, but thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all. Hope you had a good time, and thank you for listening. As always, thank you for letting me rant to you, and of course, thank you for your conversation about the Cha-Cha stuff as well. So. We're gonna go see Metal Maiden Nunu. She actually is gonna be showing up on Tea Time tomorrow. So I think she's playing Dark Souls 1. It's her first playthrough, so we gotta give her some love. So thank you guys so much. Guys, she's kind of like, I think she might freak out. So just like a heads up. But I appreciate you all. So bye YouTube. See you later, cuties. Bye Twitter. See you later. Have a good rest of your day.